advisory is actually in effect for us today. We do get wind gusts up near 40 miles per hour. That's going to bring in some rain tonight and cooler weather tomorrow. 46 is the high for tomorrow. On Friday, increasing clouds and a high of 57. Right now, 6:11 in the morning. It's 55 degrees in Danville. Joe Show time. Let's rock and let's roll, folks.
Say, look at JoJo.
Good morning to you, Danville and Boyle County. It's time for the Joe Show on 103.9 FM, WHIR Danville. Alrighty, folks, it's Wednesday. It's the 19th day of the month of March, and today we will celebrate National Poultry Day on the Joe Show. What a foul day indeed. Celebrate this whole range of domestic feathered friends that are raised for their meat and eggs by thinking about just how boring Thanksgiving, Christmas, and another holiday would be without the addition of a turkey, chicken, duck, goose, or pheasant to the table. How incomplete would that chicken pot pie be without, well, chicken. It's for all the reasons and more that we pause and say thank you to poultry. They have enhanced our diets, encouraged sibling rivalry by giving us opportunities to fight over the wishbone, draw lots over who gets the last drumstick, and more. Today, National Poultry Day, on this Wednesday, March the 19th edition of The Joe Show. 859-238-WHIR to call in this morning. We'd love to have you on the show. 238-WHIR. That's 238-9447. We start you off this morning playing the national anthem. It's brought to you by Bob Allen Motor Mall and the Hometown Radio Network.
The Bob Allen Motor Mall and Hometown Radio Network proudly honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Bob Allen Motor Mall, Hometown Radio Network, teaming up every morning to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Our phone number this morning to call in, our 859-238-WHIR. The number is to dial this morning, 238-9447. As we've got birthdays and anniversaries to do for you. Pretty good list of birthdays on this Wednesday, the 19th day of March. Let's do a little birthday party celebrating. Here we go. All right, birthdays look like this. Derek Land has a birthday today. So does Jamison Gooch, Cameron Henley, Isis Stryker, Julia Leggett, Chris Marshall, Linda Cassidy Sparrow, Butch Taylor, and Michael Selby. 9 names we have down on this March the 19th. Derek Land, Jamison Gooch, Cameron Henley, Isis Stryker, Julia Leggett, Chris Marshall, Linda Sparrow, Butch Taylor, and Michael Selby. Those are your birthday names this morning. 238 WHIR, Wednesday, the 19th day of March, 031925 on your calendar, and a typical Wednesday morning show we have lined up for you. First guest comes on here this morning at 7:40 for the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass Sap Livestock Market. It's Tyler Miller, who joins the show this morning from the Lincoln County Extension Office at 7:40. In the 8 o'clock in the morning hour, 8:10, State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe is expected to call in. Now, she did not call Rick yesterday. She's usually on our Harrodsburg station Tuesdays and then on here with us on Wednesdays, but she didn't call Rick yesterday because she was out. So I don't know if that carries over to today or not. I guess we'll have to see this morning at 8:10 if she calls in. 9 o'clock in the morning hour, the third Wednesday of the month, we always have the Boyle County School System on, and let's see if we have a guest for this morning already scheduled. March the 19th, Boyle County Middle School Principal Brian Wheeler will join us this morning. So we'll talk Boyle County Middle, and Brian Wheeler will join us at this morning, taking a look at early morning sports. I fully expected to see a baseball game on my TV here in the studio on Fox this morning. Apparently Fox is not airing the second game of the Tokyo Series. It's 6:17. Here's sports for you.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports.
Wait a minute here. Did I forgot to send my own sports around? Let me see. Yep, that's exactly what happened. That was yesterday's sports with Steve. We got to make sure we get our sports updated. Here's a look at today's sports. Let's try that again. 2 play-in games for the March Madness NCAA tournament. Indiana basketball has their head coach and a former Yankees outfielder still looking for an offer to play this year. Those are the headlines on this Wednesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Wednesday morning sports, starting off in the NCAA tournament, where the Alabama State Hornets men's basketball team has won its first NCAA tournament game thanks to a Hail Mary in their first 4 victory over the St. Francis Red Flash yesterday. The Hornets beat the Red Flash 70-68 at the University of Dayton's UD Arena with a game-winning layup by guard Amar Knox in the closing seconds of that contest. With the game tied at 68 with 3.4 seconds left, the Hornets' Micah Simpson threw a full-court pass that was reminiscent of a football throw to inbound the ball. 4 players from both teams went up for the ball, which ricocheted toward the basket and fell into the hands of Knox. He laid the ball up to give the Hornets the lead with less than a second left. Knox finished with a team-high 16 points. He also had 2 steals. In the other play-in game yesterday, coming into the first 4, questions persisted about North Carolina and whether they deserved a spot in the NCAA tournament. That question was soundly answered by a hungry Tar Heel squad that won by nearly 30 points over San Diego State last night. UNC won the 11th seed in the play-in matchup and earned a date with number 6 seed Ole Miss in the first round. On Sunday, the decision to include UNC in the NCAA tournament was met with anger and confusion from around the college basketball world. Tar Heels fans hit back on social media with the reactions to a dominant win. Former UNC player Ty Lawson was among those on social media calling out critics of North Carolina following the dominant performance over San Diego State. One of the most prestigious programs in college basketball history has picked its new coach. Indiana has hired West Virginia's Darian DeVries as the next head coach. In what would be his lone season in West Virginia, DeVries went 19-13 overall and 10-10 in the Big 12, despite a season-ending injury limiting his son Tucker, the team's number 2 scorer and the 2-time Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year, to just 8 games. West Virginia was widely projected to make the NCAA tournament field, but was shockingly the first team left out of the field. Prior to West Virginia, DeVries was the head coach for 6 seasons at Drake, where he went 150-55 and guided the Bulldogs to the NCAA tournament in 3 of his 4 seasons. And in Major League Baseball, the MLB season may have officially started yesterday morning, but it appears the offseason still has some crumbs left over. There are still several free agents ripe for the picking if any MLB organization wants to sign them, most notably Alex Verdugo, who remains unsigned. Just a season ago, Verdugo was the everyday Wednesday left fielder for the Yankees that reached the World Series. He wasn't bad in the World Series either, recording 5 RBIs and a home run, even though the Yankees lost. Yet despite that success, MLB teams seem mostly uninterested in signing Verdugo. The disinterest in Verdugo was interesting, to say the least. According to the report, many of Verdugo's former Yankee teammates spoke very highly of him. So the question is, what's keeping teams from picking him up? Those are the headlines on this Wednesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Hey folks, Chrysler Cowboy here. When I started my journey in the automotive industry, I learned 3 valuable lessons. 1, have a good product. 2, treat people with respect. And 3, make sure it's a fair deal for everybody. I'm proud to call Anderson County my home, and at Chrysler Lawrenceburg, we want to give you that down-home experience. We offer certified pre-owned vehicles that come with a lifetime engine warranty, free tire rotation with every oil change, and customer service that rivals the best anywhere around. Chrysler Cowboy. If you can't remember that, just look for the hat. It's where you need to be, folks. Chrysler of Lawrenceburg.
When it comes to your money, there's a lot to think about. Paying bills, setting a family budget, and retirement. Farmers National Bank cares about your financial well-being and is here to help. Visit the bank's website at fnbky.com to check out their financial wellness section with short videos on budgeting, saving, paying off debt, and more. You can also stop into a branch or call to ask the bank's financial professionals for advice. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jack, appreciate that, buddy. It's brought to you by our friends over at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop. 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate, and they work with their insurance company. They fix water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and do paintless dent repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, a high today, 73. Windy, breezy conditions. Up near 40 miles per hour at times today. And that summons in rain tonight into tomorrow as we get temperature drops tomorrow. 46 the high. Friday, clouds, a high of 57. Saturday, 59. And then Sunday back into the low 60s, but a chance of rain showers there on Sunday. 6:23 in the morning, 55 degrees. Wednesday, the 19th day of March. 031925 on your calendar. We'd love to have you on the show this morning. 859-238. WHIR. Let's see what celebrities are having birthdays on this Wednesday, March the 19th. Those famous people having famous birthdays on this famous day. Here we go. Starting off on this date 70 years ago, where Bruce Willis was born. Turned 70 years old today. Actor in the movies Moonlighting, Die Hard, Pulp Fiction, 12 Monkeys, The Fifth Element, Armageddon, The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Sin City, Red, The Expendables 2, Glass Looper. I mean, it goes on and on for Bruce Willis. 70 years old today. Here's a clip from Sin City.
Better get rolling.
You're not coming along?
No. I have friends on their way. I'm gonna blow this whole sick mess wide open. I'm gonna clear my name.
Hey, Glenn Close is having a birthday today as well. She's 78, an 8-time Academy Award nominee. She has the record for being the actress with the most nominations never to have won. Close has had more Oscar nominations without a win than any other living actor. Still not impressed. She's been nominated for 4 Tonys, 14 Emmys, 1 win of the Drama Desk Awards, 10 Screen Actors Guild Awards. She's also won an Obie Award. Glenn Close, 78 years old today. Other birthdays include the late Supreme Court Chief Justice Earl Warren, best known for the liberal decisions of the so-called Warren Court, which outlawed segregation in public schools and transformed many areas of American law, especially regarding the rights of the accused, ending public school-sponsored prayers, and requiring one-man, one-vote rules of apportionment of election districts. It was Chief Justice Earl Warren who was born on this date, 1891, and the late Wyatt Earp, the deputy town marshal of Tombstone, Arizona. He was in the famous gunfight of the OK Corral and is known as the toughest and deadliest gunman of his day. Wyatt Earp, born on this date, 1848. Celebrity birthdays on this Wednesday, the 19th day of March.
in country music.
All right then, Mr. Voice. It was on this day, country music history, looking back at the year 1961, where Marty Robbins was at number one with the song Don't Worry, his 7th U.S. chart topper, which stayed at number one for 10 weeks. One of the first examples of guitar distortion used in a song. We'll talk about that in just a second. It was on this day, 1972, Freddie Hart and the Heartbeats at number one of the country charts with a song called My Hang Up Is You. And it was on this day, 2000, the Dixie Chicks' 5th album entitled Fly was at number one, the 19th in country music history. Starting off on this day, country music history, looking back at the year 1961, where Marty Robbins was at number one on the country charts with his song Don't Worry. And we're going to pick up the song in the middle of the song, and it'll start kind of with that guitar distortion we're talking about in this song. Coming up here in just a second. This song stayed number one for 10 weeks on the country charts. Marty Robbins. There you go. After session guitarist Grady Martin used a faulty channel in his mixing desk for this song on a 6-string bass, it created this distorted sound. Martin didn't like the sound, but Robbins' producer left it in.
Sweet, sweet, sweet love.
And the guitar track was left as it was. On this date, 1961, Marty Robbins and the Fuzz Guitars, it was known with Don't Worry.
As happy as I when you love me.
It was on this day, country music history, 1972, where Freddie Hart and the Heartbeats went number one with this one.
Everybody's got one, baby. My hang-up is you.
Freddie Hart and the Heartbeats, My Hang Up Is You, on this day, 1972. The single stayed at the top of the charts for 6 weeks. It's been a total of 18 weeks on the charts overall. On this date, 1972, Freddie Hart and the Heartbeats at number one with My Hang Up Is You.
Thank goodness I've got mine.
It's 6:20. I got a phone call in here. Good morning. You're on the Joe Show.
Hey, Joe, Tom Ellis.
Hey, what's going on, Tom?
Well, it's that regrettable time of the year where I'm almost late getting my taxes taken care of. I'm headed to Shelby County to a fellow who's done our taxes for over 30 years.
There you go. Yeah, I got to get them taxes done.
Most things that are going on with me right now in my district, though, are potholes and trees down from that storm this past weekend.
Yeah, we're going to get even more wind later on tonight, Tom, so that may be something you see more limbs down tonight.
Just hope we survive this one without what they've had out in Missouri and some other states.
Yes.
God bless those folks.
Yeah. So you got some limbs down and potholes, you say, in your district. Are there any, like in terms of road crews out fixing those? You have any updates on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were, actually, as the storm was proceeding, we had a couple of blocked roads in my district, and our guys were right out there in it. So God bless them. Our public works are the best in the whole state.
Yes, there you go. So if anybody in your district, Tom, especially with we got the winds coming in tonight, 40-plus mile-per-hour wind gust at times this afternoon. If people see anything on any of the county roads in your district, who do they call? Would they call you? Would they call the road crew? Who would they call?
Basically, they need to go to our website, and based on which district they're in, they can either call the magistrate or just call Public Works because they're listed on that website.
There you go. So you go to the website. Is it boyleky.gov? Is that right? I don't think that's right, is it?
You've got me. You know I'm an old guy and don't do tech very well, but I think if they just type in Boyle County Fiscal Court, they'll find it and find all the information they need to call the right magistrate or the right district.
Yeah, here it is. BoyleCountyKY.gov is the website. You spell out county, too. You don't use the CO abbreviation. BoyleCountyKY.gov is the website, and that'll get you all the information. And call your magistrate and let them know what's going on there with that. Tom, anything else on your mind this morning?
Just getting here before April 15 when the tax man wants to know what we've been up to.
There you go. Play a little Tax Man by the Beatles then coming from this next break. A little George Harrison for you, the Tax Man.
That'll be perfect.
There you go.
Thanks, Joe.
Tom, appreciate you. Talk to you later. Bye. Tom Ellis, Boyle County Magistrate, giving us an update, but he brought in a good point about, the wind gust later on this afternoon. We are under a wind advisory as of right now. I got that alert in earlier this morning, so we're looking at wind gust 37 miles per hour at times, up to 40 miles per hour, and that is going to bring in some rain showers as well. So if you encounter any down limbs, down trees, things like that, make sure that you call your magistrate, get that taken care of so they can let the appropriate powers that be know.
1, 2,
Here you go.
3.
This one goes out to Tom Ellis this morning.
2. Let me tell you how it will be.
There's one for you and 19 for me.
There's one for you, 19 for me.
All right, 6:32 in the morning. We got bottom hour news that's finishing up. We'll have local news coming up here in just a second. We'll also see what's going on with Larry Vaught and Vaught's Views, and a little good news action for you this morning as well here on the Joe Show on 103.9 FM, WHIR, Danville News Talk Sports.
Be thankful I don't take it all. 'Cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man. If you drive a
Hero in Danville with curbside pickup, or impress the fine folks at Boyle County Recycling Center. Pay attention, because it's a little more than just breathing air and tossing your stuff in the bin. Only plastics marked with numbers 1 and 2 make the cut. Got it? Great. And don't just toss in goo-covered spaghetti jars or soda cans. Rinse those bad boys. Gotta be squeaky clean, shiny happy, bone dry. Bonus tip, this also applies to your metal cans, whether they're steel, tin, or aluminum. Seriously, don't mix in that oil-stained tin foil hat. Got a hoarding problem with cardboard, catalogs, and magazines that rival a library? Set them free to reincarnate. Cereal boxes, office paper, they're all up for this new spiritual paper journey. And listen up, confetti enthusiasts, bag that shredded paper. Sorry, folks. Glass is not welcome to the recyclables party, but hey, give yourself a high five for recycling right.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Bad decisions limit future options. Stop adversity from becoming stress. Listen to The Flatline with host Rick Hughes, Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR. Learn problem-solving devices built on God's Word. For inspiration, education, all without manipulation. The Flatline Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR and online at hometownlive.net.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
You're invited to the next public discussion of the Danville-Boyle County Planning and Zoning Commission today. This meeting will allow you to voice your opinion on the revised future land use map as a part of the Planning and Zoning Commission's comprehensive plan. That meeting's today at 5:30 at the Jenny Rogers Community Center. The Garrett County Sheriff's Office and Lancaster Police Department are teaming up for the Give Me a Reason program. The program is a prevention initiative as a part of Operation Unite. It's completely voluntary, but it's meant to give teenagers a reason to avoid peer pressure as a reason to say no to drug use. When confronted with drugs, the initiative gives youth the opportunity to say, no, I can't use drugs because my parents drug test me. You can find out more online at operationunite.org. A Lincoln County high school student has been named a 2025 Rogers Scholar. Lincoln County sophomore Brody Baker has been named the 2025 Rogers Scholar, the flagship youth program for the Center for Rural Development. The program provides leadership and college opportunities to help upcoming high school juniors in southern and eastern Kentucky develop the skills they need to seize their potential as the region's next generation of business and entrepreneurial leaders. The program has been around since 1998 with more than $11 million in scholarships offered to graduates by 19 participating colleges and universities. Today's the last scheduled day for road work on US 68 in Mercer County. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet's advising motorists that maintenance crews will be out working to clean ditches and drains between mile point 18 and 20 on Lexington Road. That's US 68. That work will be done from 8:30 until 3 in the afternoon today. One lane will be closed with one lane open for traffic while that work is going on. And a warm but windy day today. We get wind gusts near 40 miles per hour on a day where temperatures do get into the low 70s. Then the cooler weather moves in tonight and into tomorrow morning, where we could get temperatures back down into the 20s with that gusty wind to go along with it. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Step into Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across from the Boyle County Fairgrounds and discover the enchanting world of Candleberry candles in the huge Candleberry Corner. Refresh your world with an array of fresh cargo scents for your car for just $1.99. Tantalizing tarts, $7.99. Delightful room sprays for $9.50. Small jars are $14.99. Large jars, $25.99. Grand candy jars for $89.99. And the large selection of cookie jars for that special someone at $159.99. Visit Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across the Boyle County Fairgrounds on the bypass for an exhilarating experience like no other.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Yes, there, old Jackie boy. Brought to you by our friends over at Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet, Harrodsburg, specializing in discount waterproof vinyl flooring, hardwood, tile, and carpet remnants. Shop and save on all types of floor coverings. Howard Carpenter Flooring Outlet, 540 North College Street. Partly sunny, high of 73. A low tonight of 41. Wind gusts at times over 40 miles per hour. That's going to bring in the rain showers. 46 is the high tomorrow with rain. Friday, increasing clouds, a high of 57. Right now, it's 6:37 in the morning. It's 55 degrees. Wednesday, the 19th day of March, 031925 on your calendar on this Wednesday morning. 859-238 WHIR. That's 238-9447. Larry Vaught, what you got for us today, buddy, with Vaught's Views?
Vaught's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
Just over a year ago, Meade County guard Peyton Bradley had no idea about her basketball future. She was a prolific scorer, but still was without any major Division I scholarship offers when she tore the anterior cruciate ligament in her left knee, along with the meniscus. Bradley was back in Rupp Arena last week, and even though Meade County did not win the third region, she still had a big reason to smile because she is now a University of Louisville commit. The 6'3" guard ended her career with 3,265 points. She also had 510 three-pointers, second only to Jamie Walsh of Highlands, who just happens to be Louisville coach Jeff Walsh's sister. Obviously, her three-point shooting and passing appealed to the Louisville coach because after he offered her a scholarship on February 24th, he went all in to make sure Bradley and her family knew she was wanted.
Vaught's Views will return in a moment.
It's time for a crop nutrition plan that gets more return from every drop. Starting with Pro Germinator from AgriLiquid, a complete phosphorus fertilizer product that includes nitrogen, potassium, and iron. More than 30 years of research shows that lower application rates of Pro Germinator often outperform other sources of fertilizer. With AgriLiquid's Pro Germinator, you can apply less and expect more. Find out more at agriliquid.com.
Kentucky coach Kenny Brooks came to see Peyton Bradley play in February, but did not offer a scholarship, even though she was averaging 28 points per game and shooting 41% from three-point range. Bradley knew the transfer portal would soon open, and since her dream had always been to play at the highest level possible, she decided the time was right to become a Cardinal. Bradley's faith is important to her, and she believes her story is proof that God had a powerful hand turning something negative into something great for her.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
Larry Vaught, Vaught's Views, Mondays through Fridays, right here on the Joe Show at this time at 6:39 in the morning, Wednesday, the 19th day of the month of March here on the show. And those NASA astronauts finally returned back to Earth yesterday, stranded on the International Space Station since last summer. And Elon Musk rescued them. They're holding the press conference now to talk about coming back to Earth.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for all of your support.
We were in space for a really long time, but it's nice to be back here on Earth.
And, well, We do have an important piece of information for you. You're not going to believe this, but I left the iron on up there. Our space iron for ironing our space clothes.
And I left my car keys up there.
So we're going to have to go back up there ASAP. This is really embarrassing.
And I left my emotional support blankie up there.
Oh, man, that just reminded me. I left my blankie up there, too.
Anyway, it was really nice of you to help us get back down here to Earth, but we need to go back up there and get our stuff.
See you in 9 more months. Okay, bye.
There you go. Let's see what's going on in this morning's world of good. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are, and I'm right there with you. These stories right here remind us of the silver lining in the cloud over all of our heads. It's my way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll go do the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up on the piano for Mr. Floyd Kramer. Tickle those ivories, Floyd. All right, story number one. Brooklyn Boyer and Alan Mann are engaged nearly 5 years after he saved her from a life-changing pool accident. In 2020, just a week into dating, Boyer was left paralyzed after hitting her head in the pool, and Mann, newly trained as a lifeguard, jumped in to rescue her. He recently proposed during a romantic dinner, and the couple are grateful to have each other and looking forward to their journey together. Alan Mann says it's amazing to see what his fiancée, Brooklyn Boyer, has accomplished.
To witness firsthand all that she's got to accomplish and do, even with the injury, has been, nothing less of amazing. And again, I'm very blessed that I get to have one of the front row seats to that experience.
Story number two, coming from St. Louis, where last month Dan Carroll collapsed while having breakfast at Olivet Diner in St. Louis, and co-owner Melinda de Blasi, a former ICU nurse, quickly performed CPR to save his life. Doctors later determined dehydration caused that collapse, and after a short hospital stay, Carroll returned to thank de Blasi in an emotional reunion. Customers are now hailing her as a hero, though she remains modest, even returning to serve coffee right after that rescue. And story number three, coming from Pennsylvania, where 27-year-old Pennsylvania native Kelsey McCula has turned her thrifted clothing side hustle into a full-time career, paying off $80,000 in student loans in just 3 years. Now earning about $12,000 in monthly profit, she credits her success to careful research, the rise of sustainable fashion, and the convenience of shopping curated secondhand finds. She encourages aspiring resellers to start with items they already own, and she says that with the right strategy, reselling can be a profitable venture. The good news, a woman pays off $80,000 in student loan debt by reselling thrifted clothing. A diner owner saves the life of a beloved customer, and a college student gets engaged to her boyfriend who saved her life 5 years prior. That's what's going on in this morning's world of absolute good, folks. PRN's Garage Pass is coming up. The dad joke of the day. We'll have that for you. Sylvanus at Sunrise with a Country Comic Spotlight. Rick Dees has this morning's Planet of the Apps as well. Floyd Kramer, take us home, buddy. It's all yours.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so Yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Big deals. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hi. Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Hi, this is Caraway and Adeline at Mattresses and More next door to Ace Hardware in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, come check out our tax refund sale. New merchandise arriving weekly and we sell off the floor. Get up to 35% off. We offer layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit. Come see Aunt Nana. You'll be glad you did.
Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
34 years old and have been racing for years and years and years. So, I mean, I've just kind of seen a lot of different things.
I'm Mark Darrow, and this is PRN's Garage Pass.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
In just his fifth race for the Wood brothers, Josh Berry found his way to victory lane, and it being only his 53rd start, the record book shows he was ahead of schedule in getting that done.
You see a lot of statistics about guys in the Cup Series and kind of the 100 race mark being the mark of when, you know, the performance kind of turns, I guess, for them once they build the experience. But I don't know. At the same time, I don't consider myself the same as a lot of younger guys, right? I mean, I'm 34 years old and have been racing for years and years and years. So, I mean, I've just kind of, even though it's at a different level, I've seen a lot of different things.
For the Vegas Cup race, over 3.1 million people tuned into the FS1 broadcast. That's the biggest number on cable since Darlington 2021. In a ceremony held last Thursday at the South Point Hotel and Casino, along with current Cup Series team owners Justin Marks and Rick WHIR and road racer Boris said, A.J. Allmendinger was inducted into the West Coast Motorsports Hall of Fame.
You know, accolades like that, I don't know. I guess I've never strived for. It's always kind of just try to do my best, and hopefully the best works out. But, you know, my name will be on that list for the rest of the time. So that's, I think, more than anything, what makes it special.
Whether your engine runs daily or only when you need it, Z-Max Micro Lubricant is the force you need against carbon buildup that can damage your engine. Combustion causes carbon and other harmful deposits to build up in your engine, fuel system, and transmission. And carbon is like sandpaper rubbing against your engine's internal parts. You don't want that. You want Z-Max Micro Lubricant. It soaks into metal and keeps your vehicle running at peak performance. Find out more at zmax.com or visit us on Facebook and Twitter. Protect your engine to the max with Z-Max.
He might have been unlucky on the track, but Denny Hamlin was a winner off it in Las Vegas on a slot machine where it was $300 a pull, and after investing $60,000, Denny won over $200,000.
You never played slots? No, this is the first time I've played slots. My buddy plays them all the time, and he gave up his hot seat for me and worked out well. Then did you walk away? Yeah, the great thing about slots is you can't do anything. It freezes you, and somebody's got to come over and pay you. So at that point, it's pretty easy to just hit cash out.
Serving Boyle County seniors, a gathering
Meals on Wheels program is designed for seniors 60 and up in Boyle County who struggle with food insecurity. If you think you may be eligible, call us at 859-236-2070, thegatheringplace.org, or follow us on Instagram and Facebook for more info.
Serving Boyle County seniors, a gathering place.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Okay, Jack, appreciate that, buddy. Brought to you by our friends over at the Little Sign Shop. They're under new owners and operators now. At the Little Sign Shop, they have full-color digital printing, magnetic signs, auto signage, and they offer logo design. In Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet, call them 859-238-7391 for the Little Sign Shop. Rain shower chances later on tonight, 73 a high, a low tonight 41. Tomorrow, showers likely, increasing clouds, high of 46, low of 28, and then increasing clouds. Friday, 57 is the high. Again, the story for today going to be the wind gust that we get off and on today. Right now, it's 6:51, 55 degrees, 100% hilarious. So bad, it's good. Warning, these may make you cringe. It's time for everyone's 6th favorite segment of the Joe Show every morning. It is the Dad Joke of the Day. Here we go.
Dad Joke of the Day.
All right, here we go. The dad joke of the day. Was walking through a big city one time, and I saw a man getting beat up by 3 dudes. And Rebecca looked at me, and she said, "Joe, aren't you going to help?" And I looked at her and said, No, I think 3's enough. The dad joke of the day, Mondays through Fridays, right here on the Joe Show on 103.9 WHIR Danville.
Welcome to the planet of the apps. Cats can talk? I said it. Cats can talk? Well, how do I know? I learned it from a new app, and you might want to get this for your kids, too. It's from National Geographic. It is called Weird But True. So if you search for Weird But True from National Geographic, it is just full of bizarre, true facts, by the way. And this fascinates you and your kids. For example, did you know that cats talk to each other? And they have a vocabulary of about 16 cat words. You can hear them. Or did you know that girls have more taste buds than boys? One thing after another here on this app is called Weird But True from National Geographic. And you can search by favorite topics. So once again, it's called Weird But True. Enjoy it from National Geographic. Rick Dees right here in the molten magma, every day known as the Planet of the Apps.
There you go, Rick Dees, the Planet of the Apps, Mondays through Fridays, right here on the Joe Show at this time. Leads us into this morning's Country Comic Spotlight, where Nate Bargatze is in the spotlight this morning, talking about how he met a fake blind man one time. Nate Bargatze, here's a story about meeting a fake blind man in the Country Comic Spotlight.
First moved to New York. I was there 3 months from Nashville, Tennessee. And I remember one night we would do comedy, then we'd always go eat at like a diner really late. And one night I'm sitting, we go to this diner, I'm sitting in the back, and this guy walks in with a CNI dog, but he's like pretending to be blind. Like he's not, like I'm really good at telling when people are fake blind. And I was like, this guy's not blind, you know? He walked in, he made a big announcement to it. He's like, hey, I'm blind, everybody, I'm blind. And then he started just knocking everything off everybody's table. Like, oh, I wish I could see what's going on, but I can't because I'm blind. And he had a CNI dog, but he was leading the dog around the whole time. The dog never got in front of him. And I was like, it doesn't work like that, you know? Like, I don't think the dog builds confidence. And it's like, why don't you do some of these on your own? I just want to see, you know, if you get it. Like, so I'm watching all this happen. I'm getting pretty upset about it, you know, because I just moved to the north from the south, so I still cared about people. And I was like, I got to do something, you know? And so they kick him out. So they kick him out, and they get us outside. And I go out there. I look. I was like, all right, let me go. Because in my Mayberry head, I think this is New York's biggest problem. And I go over to him. I was like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, why would you pretend to be blind? Like, how would you feel if you really were blind? And he was like, how would you feel if you were blind? I was like, what does that even mean? And then he sprayed me with mace. And he was so accurate. It wasn't like, oh, I hope I get him. It was both eyeballs. The bridge of my nose wasn't even wet. That's how good he was. And when you get sprayed with mace, you can see for a second. And I remember, I was sitting there, and I look up, and he runs across the street, and he gets hit by a cab. For real. It wasn't bad. The cab, just kind of bumped it. I mean, it wasn't good, but it wasn't, he's fine. I think he's fine. He could see after. No, I don't know. But he falls into the sidewalk. But I remember, thinking, I was I saw that cab. He definitely should have seen it, So it was all right. I mean, odds are he's probably blind, Maybe it's his first day or something. I don't know. Maybe he's going through a lot. And I should have just backed up. Everybody asked, too. They're like, oh, was it, they would run another, would you get sprayed with pepper spray or mace? And it's I don't know what it was. What kind of life are you living if you could tell the difference? If I knew, it was something. I don't know. Could have been hairspray. I don't know. What do you...
Nate Bargatze in the Country Comic Spotlight. Rick Dees in this morning's Planet of the Apps and the Dad Joke of the Day. Best jokes from last night's late night show. Starting off with Jimmy Fallon joking about a growing concern over people that are going under anesthesia now to get tattoos. Tattoo anesthesia.
Well, get this. I read that doctors are concerned that a growing trend of people paying to go under anesthesia while they get tattoos. Yep, doctors prefer the safer traditional method of getting blackout drunk.
Jimmy Fallon also joking about the astronauts that were stranded on the ISS. They are finally arriving back home.
Here's some good news. Today, the Boeing astronauts who were stranded at the International Space Station for 9 months finally returned to Earth. Welcome! Right now, they're the first people in history to honestly text someone, sorry, just saw this.
Someone at Sunrise, Jimmy Fallon, Nate Bargatze, Rick Dees, and this morning's Planet of the Apps, Mondays through Fridays, right around 6:50 here on the Joe Show on 103.9 FM, WHIR. By the way, South Oldham boys basketball won the 8th Region Championship last night. That's who DCA will play next Wednesday in the first round of the Sweet 16.
Hi, I'm Brent Blevins, Public Health Director of the Boyle County Health Department with an important message. The American Cancer Society estimates that nearly 3,500 deaths per year in Kentucky can be attributed to lung cancer. Most people are aware that cigarette smoking may contribute to lung cancer, but are unaware of another serious lung cancer threat, radon. In fact, the Environmental Protection Agency states that prolonged exposure to elevated levels of radon gas is the second leading cause of lung cancer. Now, you may be asking yourself a few questions like, what is an elevated level of radon? Where does radon come from? Or, how can I tell if radon is in my home? Your Boyle County Health Department stands ready to answer your questions and help determine if your family may be at risk. Simply contact our environmental staff at 859-236-2053. The health of your family depends on it.
Mike Gay here. At Essity, we're committed to making the world a healthier, more hygienic place, starting right here in Harrodsburg and Danville. We're hiring machine operators where you'll work with cutting-edge technology to produce essential products like hand towels and tissue paper. Our wages start at $20 per hour with benefits on day one and opportunity for growth. If you're a high school grad ready to make an impact, visit ESSITY.com/careers. That's Essity.com/careers.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
All right, 7 o'clock in the morning is coming your way here on the Joe Show. Coming up at the 7 a.m. in the hour, 7 a.m. in the hour morning, 7 a.m. in the morning hour. So that backwards. 7 a.m. in the morning hour. We'll see what's breaking and trending this morning around 7:10 or so. We'll have the County Agents Corner at 7:40 this morning. We'll see what's going on out west in Hollywood. The celebrity news coming up here at 7:50. It's on the Joe Show on 103.9 FM. WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. 7 o'clock news is right now.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The White House says President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin have agreed to begin talks on a limited ceasefire with Ukraine. Two leaders had a lengthy phone call on Tuesday to discuss an end to the war. NBC's Keir Simmons.
The U.S. and Russia have agreed to a cessation in hostilities directed at energy infrastructure. President Putin here in Russia saying he has immediately ordered his military to stop such action.
Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky was not part of the discussion to end the war started by Russia when it invaded Ukraine 3 years ago. Two NASA astronauts are back on Earth after a 9-month stay on the International Space Station. NASA spokesperson Steve Stitch says there's no specific timeline when Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore will be reunited with their families.
I know they're going to fly back here tonight. They'll probably spend some time rehabilitating a little bit and the docs watching them, and then they'll rejoin their families in the next day or so.
Williams and Wilmore had to stay way longer than planned aboard the ISS after issues with their Boeing Starliner spacecraft. They returned home in a SpaceX capsule on Tuesday, splashing down in the ocean off the coast of Florida. There was a pod of dolphins there to greet them. The Pentagon is preparing to eliminate between 50 and 60,000 civilian jobs over the next few months. Mark Mayfield reports.
On Tuesday, a senior defense official said the job cuts will hopefully happen via voluntary resignations and by not replacing workers who leave. The Pentagon will also begin firing probationary employees. The plan is part of the Trump administration's efforts to cut the federal workforce.
Officials in Louisiana say an inmate has been executed using nitrogen gas. Jesse Hoffman was pronounced dead shortly before 7 p.m. local time Tuesday. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Feeling the aches and pains of everyday life slowing you down? Blue Emu, America's #1 emu oil formula for pain relief. In a recent clinical trial, 91% of users saw improvement after using Blue Emu. Whether you're working hard, playing harder, or just staying active, Blue Emu penetrates deep to relieve joint and muscle pain fast. And best of all, you won't stink. Join the 91% who felt the difference. Find Blue Emu at your local retailer or online. Blue Emu works fast and you won't stink.
Now you can get generic Viagra shipped to your door for about $2 a pill. Get the same impact for less. Call Steelman Pills now and get the same blue pill for about $2 a pill. Call now for the 50-pill special and save even more. Plus, get a free bonus.
800-621-4764. 800-621-4764. That's 800-621-4764.
One of the biggest auto shows in Canada says it's removing Tesla from the event over safety concerns. Tammy Trujillo with more.
The Vancouver International Auto Show starts today and bills itself as one of North America's premier auto shows. In a statement Tuesday, the director of the event said Tesla vehicles were being removed from the show over concerns for the safety of attendees, exhibitors, and staff. Protests have been happening at Tesla dealers across Canada as well as the U.S. in opposition to CEO Elon Musk and his role in the Trump administration. Hundreds attended a Tesla protest in Vancouver last Saturday. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
The White House is refusing a French politician's call to return the Statue of Liberty. New Yorkers seem pretty attached to the statue gifted to the United States in 1884.
A joke. It's a gift. You don't give a gift back.
No, we had it so long. Why should it go back? It was a gift to us.
No, it stays. It's ours.
Listen, it was a gift. They really want it back. They could have it.
Comes after the French Parliament member called for Lady Liberty's return to France because he feels the Trump administration doesn't align with the values the statue represents. Tracy Morgan says it was food poisoning that caused him to get sick at the New York Knicks game Monday night. Sarah Lee Kessler with more.
The actor and comedian was seen vomiting at his courtside seat at Madison Square Garden. He was helped out in a wheelchair by MSG staff, causing a 10-minute game delay. Morgan posted a picture of himself in a hospital bed on Instagram and said he's okay now. He thanked his MSG family for taking care of him, and he joked he may have to throw up on the court again during the playoffs since the Knicks won the game, crushing the Heat 116-95.
You can sleep.
Sabrina Carpenter and Olivia Rodrigo will headline this year's Lollapalooza. Other headliners for the Chicago Music Festival include Tyler, the Creator, and country star Luke Combs. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR, AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
Good morning to you. It's Wednesday. It's the 19th day of March, a day where we get a wind advisory. Just looking at my my weather forecast app here on my phone, the wind advisory is in effect for us to 11 o'clock tonight. 40-plus mile-per-hour wind gust expected at times. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up first, brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford Mazda.
At Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, we are proud to be your hometown dealer for many reasons. Selection, service, convenient location, and our people. Your friends, family, and neighbors. Since 1949 at Stuart Powell, we make it easy. Stuart Powell Ford Mazda. Visit us on the bypass in Danville or online at stuartpowell.com.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. You're invited to the next public discussion of the Danville-Boyle County Planning and Zoning Commission today. This meeting will allow you to voice your opinion on the revised future land use map as a part of the Planning and Zoning Commission's comprehensive plan. That meeting's today at 5:30 at the Jenny Rogers Community Center. The Garrett County Sheriff's Office and Lancaster Police Department are teaming up for the Give Me a Reason program. The program is a prevention initiative as a part of Operation Unite. It's completely voluntary, but it's meant to give teenagers a reason to avoid peer pressure as a reason to say no to drug use. When confronted with drugs, the initiative gives youth the opportunity to say, no, I can't use drugs because my parents drug test me. You can find out more online at operationunite.org. A Lincoln County high school student has been named a 2025 Rogers Scholar. Lincoln County sophomore Brody Baker has been named the 2025 Rogers Scholar, the flagship youth program for the Center for Rural Development. The program provides leadership and college opportunities to help upcoming high school juniors in southern and eastern Kentucky develop the skills they need to seize their potential as the region's next generation of business and entrepreneurial leaders. The program has been around since 1998 with more than $11 million in scholarships offered to graduates by 19 participating colleges and universities. Today's the last scheduled day for road work on US 68 in Mercer County. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet's advising motorists that maintenance crews will be out working to clean ditches and drains between mile point 18 and 20 on Lexington Road. That's US 68. That work will be done from 8:30 until 3 in the afternoon today. One lane will be closed with one lane open for traffic while that work is going on. In a warm but windy day today, we get wind gusts near 40 miles per hour on a day where temperatures do get into the low 70s. Then the cooler weather moves in tonight and into tomorrow morning, where we could get temperatures back down into the 20s with that gusty wind to go along with it. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
We love NASCAR. Catch the races here on WHIR AM 1230.
Last year's Retro Food City 500 was a huge success. 54 lead changes, a new record. And for 2025, we are back to the sweet spring weather of April. It's racing the way it ought to be at Bristol, baby. And now it's a triple-header weekend with trucks, Xfinity, and Cup races. Better weather and more racing equals more hooting and hollering fun. It's the Food City 500 NASCAR weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway, April 11 through 13, 2025.
It's Bristol, baby!
There's something special about eating at a local restaurant. When you're greeted at the door or you sit down at your regular seat, it's easy to tell the difference from a big chain restaurant. Cattleman's Roadhouse is proud to be locally owned, and we are committed to serving up the best hand-cut steaks, providing an all-you-can-eat salad bar, and cooking up delicious meals right here in your community. Whether you're spending time with family or just craving a great steak, we are here because the best places in life are local.
Danville's deal maker, Bob Allen.
Together, let's drive at Bob Allen Chevrolet. Lease a new 25 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 for only $349 a month for 24 months. $54.99 plus first payment, taxes, and fees due at signing. 10,000 lease miles per year. Stock M25188. Bob Allen Chevrolet, located on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Okay, Jackie boy, brought to you by our friends hanging out over at the Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts. Entertainment tickets available as well. Shop and save up to 50% every day. The Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Partly sunny, a high of 73, a low tonight 41. We got some good wind gusts coming in here today. Hold on to your britches, folks. Tomorrow, showers likely in the later morning hours, high of 46. Friday, increasing clouds, 57. Saturday, 59. Sunday, 61. It's 7:12 in the morning right now. It's 55 degrees. Wednesday, the 19th day of March, 859-238-WHIR to call in this morning. That's 238-9447 as we see what's breaking and trending this morning here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. What's making the news headlines on this Wednesday morning? Here we go. President Donald Trump proposed a full ceasefire in Ukraine to Russian President Vladimir Putin during a 2-hour phone call yesterday. Putin declined the complete ceasefire but did agree to a 30-day halt on attacks targeting Ukraine's energy infrastructure. He also demanded that Ukraine stop its military mobilization and that all foreign military aid to Ukraine also ceased. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky criticized those demands, arguing that they could leave Ukraine vulnerable. The partial agreement has been met with skepticism by international leaders who question Putin's commitment to peace and express concerns about the feasibility of his conditions. Negotiations are set to continue, with both sides acknowledging the challenges ahead and achieving a lasting resolution to the conflict. President Vladimir Putin and Trump said there was still more negotiating to do with Putin.
Guns pointing at each other, and a ceasefire without going a little bit further would have been tough. Russia has the advantage, as you know. They have encircled about 2,500 soldiers. They're nicely encircled, and that's not good. And we want to get it over with. Look, we're doing this. There are no Americans involved. There could be if you end up in World War III over this, which is so ridiculous, but, you know, strange things happen.
U.S. District Judge Anna Reyes issued a preliminary injunction blocking President Donald Trump's executive order that bans transgender individuals from serving in the military when it likely violates their constitutional rights. The injunction is delayed until Friday to allow for an appeal. This decision follows a 2016 policy permitting transgender people to serve openly and President Joe Biden's subsequent repeal of Trump's initial ban. Judge Reyes emphasized emphasized the constitutional projection of transgender service members and the principle of checks and balances among government branches. Transgender individuals in the military claim the ban discriminates based on a characteristic unrelated to their ability to serve effectively. The White House has yet to comment on that ruling. Louisiana executed Jesse Hoffman Jr. using nitrogen gas yesterday, the state's first execution in 15 years and its first use of that method. Hoffman was convicted for the 1996 rape and murder of Mary Molly Elliott. The execution, conducted at Louisiana State Penitentiary in Angola, lasted 19 minutes. Despite legal challenges citing Eighth Amendment concerns and potential exasperation of Hoffman's PTSD, the U.S. Supreme Court allowed the execution to proceed. Louisiana adopted nitrogen hypoxia as an execution method last year due to difficulties obtaining lethal injection drugs. This marks the fifth use of nitrogen gas for execution in the U.S., following 4 instances which all happened in Alabama. Hey, the Navajo Nation president says the federal government has assured him content about the Navajo Code Talkers will be restored to Army and Defense Department websites. At least 10 articles about the elite group of Marines were recently removed under the Trump administration's campaign against DEI. Navajo Nation President Boo Nygren says he's seeking further clarity on the issue. The Code Talkers devised an unbreakable code during World War II that used the Navajo language. The Navajo Nation says the Code Talkers service secured victory in the Battle of Iwo Jima and in World War II as a whole. That's what's breaking and trending this morning, right here on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM, WHIR Danville News. Talk Sports at 7:16 in the morning. And the Big Daddy is coming your way next as he makes his morning debut, giving us a look at early morning sports. Brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the 127 bypass in Danville.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the Danville Bypass and online at stuartpowell.com.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford and Mazda. All of us here would like to thank everyone in Boyle and the surrounding counties for once again selecting our dealership as the #1 new car dealership, used car dealership, and place to have your vehicle serviced. We strive daily to meet every need of every customer, and since 1949 we have been providing quality products and services at a fair price while treating our customers and employees with respect. Stop in at 225 South Danville Bypass and see just how easy it is to do business with us.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. The NCAA First Four tipped off in Dayton last night in the 16 seeds matchup. Alabama State scored a bucket just ahead of the Horn to edge St. Francis 70-68. Alabama State next takes on top seed Auburn in Rupp Arena tomorrow. In the game between 11 seeds, it was North Carolina 95, San Diego State 68. Awaiting UNC is 6th seed Ole Miss Friday. Tonight's doubleheader features 16 seeds American U versus Mount St. Mary's in the opener, followed by 11 seeds Texas and Xavier. College basketball analytics have given 14th-seeded men's teams a decent chance to knock out a 3-seed this year. Troy is a 14 seed, while Kentucky is a 3 seed. The analytics say that Troy has a 42% chance to send the Wildcats home after Game 1. UK and Troy meet in Milwaukee Friday night in the Midwest region at 7:10 on Z105. 8th seed Louisville meets 9th seed Creighton tomorrow at 12:15 in Rupp Arena. The women's final AP Top 25 has UCLA #1 with South Carolina 2nd, UConn 3rd, Southern Cal 4th, and Texas 5th. Kentucky is 13th. Kenny Brooks' UK women will face Liberty in the first round of the women's NCAA tournament. The Wildcats are the 4th seed in the Spokane Region 4. UK will host Liberty in Memorial Coliseum Friday at 12 noon. Kentucky's 22-7 in their first season under Brooks. Liberty comes in at 26-6. In college football recruiting, Louisville picked up its 11th class of 2026 commit. Kentucky doesn't have any yet. Heading to U of L is the #1 player in the state of Kentucky, Owensboro High tailback Evan Hampton, a 4-star prospect in the class of 2026. Hampton chose the Cards over Michigan, Vanderbilt, and NC State. 1 week from tonight, 12th Region champion Danville Christian Academy will face 8th Region winner South Oldham in the boys' Sweet 16 at 6 o'clock on Hometown Radio. South Oldham beat North Oldham 53-50 in overtime in the 8th Region title game last night. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jack. Appreciate that, old buddy. Brought to you by our friends over on Dexter and Rightmire Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They'd love to give you a free quote. 859-236-6686. Partly sunny, 73 is the high. A low tonight, 41. And we are getting some rain showers and some wind in here today. Tomorrow, showers likely, high of 46. Friday, increasing clouds, high of 57. Right now, 7:22 in the morning. It appears as if Tracy Morgan, the comedian who got sick yesterday, or 2 nights ago, at a New York Knicks game. We talked about it on the show yesterday. He was sitting courtside just vomiting all over the court. He had to delay the game for 10 minutes because there was vomit in the court. They had to wheel him out in a wheelchair. Apparently it was food poisoning that got him. Food poisoning. And that's what caused all the hubbub 2 days ago. I keep on saying yesterday. 2 days ago at the Knicks game was food poisoning. And that's because he did not take his Pepto-Bismorgan.
It happens time and time again. You're sitting courtside at a basketball game and...
I don't feel so good. I think I'm going to throw up.
That's why you need Pepto-Bismorgan, the only over-the-counter stomach medicine from Tracy Morgan. But don't take it from us. Take it from Tracy himself.
He's starting to make me mad.
Cool. Well, how does it work?
That bird is a liar.
Yeah, great. But are there any side effects?
No matter what he says, he is not my doppelganger.
What are you even saying?
Allow me to translate.
That bird was trying to buy a stereo with my credit card.
Yeah. I think he means Pepto-Bismorgan is great.
You don't know what he's talking about, do you?
No, I do not.
I knew it.
You better shut up.
Pepto-Bismorgan. Stop yourself from throwing up on the court at a basketball game today.
There you go. Hey, there are a lot of frustrating things involved with doing laundry. And one is fighting with detergent. It's always a mess unless you have one that drains itself back into the bottle. And even that isn't perfect. So is this a genius hack or is this the most ridiculous thing you've heard? A woman on TikTok asked her boyfriend where the cap to the liquid detergent was. And he said, I just fill it up and I throw it in. Like with all the clothes, like the plastic cap, just throw it in the wash with all the clothes. And he wasn't goofing around. He was so convinced that he was reading the back label to find where it says so on the container. And guess what? He was right. Some brands of liquid detergent, for those that don't know, have a small message on the actual plastic cap that says rinse after use or toss in wash. The person who wrote this article said, I checked my gunky, slimy cap at home, and it does have that message on the cap, and they've never noticed it before. So have you noticed that? Number one. Number two, do you do that if you have? And if you don't do it, will you try it out? In the comments, a lot of people seem surprised that this was an actual thing, that you just can toss the plastic cap in the wash. Some were worried that the cap could damage delicate clothes or the cap itself could get messed up in the spin cycle. Others already claim they do this, and a few said they've heard about people tossing the cap in, but they think it's a little unnecessary. Either way, be careful to remove the cap before you toss the clothes in the dryer. That could be a problem. But apparently this is a thing. Laundry detergent, some of the companies that make laundry detergent do have on the actual laundry detergent bottle or on the cap, fill it up with detergent, rinse after you do, or toss it in to the wash. It says that on the cap, apparently, for some of these laundry detergent companies. So check it out. Check yours out next time you're doing laundry. See if yours has that message on there. 7:25 in the morning. Let's celebrate a happy 100th birthday today to the Radio City Rockettes, celebrating 100 years. Well, I just unplugged my headset and I can't hear a thing right now. Give me a second. All right, there we go. The Radio City Rockettes celebrating 100 years. This is the only song I could find for them were Christmas songs. There were 5 songs on Spotify, and they're all Christmas songs, so that's why I'm playing a Christmas song. But the iconic Precision Dance Company was founded in St. Louis in 1925, celebrating their 100th birthday this year. Actually, it's going to be on April 22nd or so is when they're really celebrating. But to celebrate this milestone anniversary, they're expanding their dancer development program, starting with the 2025 Rockettes open call auditions at Radio City Music Hall on April 22nd. They're also launching Rockettes Legacy to honor all those who have high-kicked over the last 100 years by fostering lifelong connections for all former Rockettes and preserving their legacy through a living archive as well. The Rockettes celebrating their 100th birthday this year. Of course, I know them from, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. They're always on a float, kind of twisting their hips and kicking their shiny shoes up high. The Radio City Rockettes, 100 years old today. Way to go. Not today, this year. I don't know why I keep on saying today, but this year. But we're talking about them today, so maybe that's why I keep on saying today. There you go. Speaking of 100-year anniversary celebrations, tonight is the night for the 100th anniversary of the Grand Ole Opry. We'll celebrate their big 100th anniversary tonight of the Grand Ole Opry. It's something that anyone that calls themselves a fan of country music won't want to miss. Blake Shelton's hosting the festivities, and the live event will be all about what the Opry is about, live country music. And there's a lot of live performers scheduled for tonight's Grand Ole Opry 100th celebration live on NBC tonight.
Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie.
Yeah, Alan Jackson going to be performing Chattahoochee tonight.
We got a little crazy, but we never.
Some other guests, Reba McEntire honoring Patsy Cline and Loretta Lynn with a tribute performance. Post Malone and Travis Tritt will be doing a live performance of the song Trouble by Tammy Wynette. Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood paying tribute to George Jones and Tammy Wynette. Carly Pierce going to honor Dolly Parton. Barbara Mandrell will introduce Kelsey Ballerini, who will perform Mandrell's signature hit, I Was Country When Country Wasn't Cool. Jelly Roll and Ashley McBride going to be teaming up for a tribute of Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash. Keith Urban will perform this one by Crystal Gale, Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue, tonight. And the McRae Sisters honoring Charlie Pry with a live performance of Kiss an Angel Good Morning.
Don't know when I've been so blue.
There you go, a little bit of a rundown of tonight's Grand Ole Opry 100 years. They're calling this Opry 100. a live celebration, 8 o'clock tonight, live on NBC and on Peacock. If you're a country music fan, you're going to want to tune into that event later on tonight.
I'll be fine when you're gone.
It's 7:29 in the morning. We are 30 seconds away from bottom hour news on the Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR Danville.
And don't it make my brown eyes blue? Tell me no secret.
Hi, this is Caraway and Adeline at Mattresses and More next door to Ace Hardware in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, come check out our tax refund sale. New merchandise arriving weekly and we sell off the floor. Get up to 35% off. We offer layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit. Come see on Nana. You'll be glad you did.
Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Network. Lexington police on the case following Tuesday's pre-dawn armed robbery at a convenience store. LBD sources say it happened a little after 1:30 at the Old Todd's Road CVS. Witnesses say two people, one who was brandishing a firearm, walked into the store and fled the scene with an undisclosed quantity of cash. No injuries were reported. A suspect behind bars in Whitley County after he allegedly distributed material portraying a minor under the age of 12 in a sexual performance. Prosecutors say 32-year-old Matthew Tyler Gray arrested on Friday and charged with 20 counts of distributing after he allegedly uploaded the explicit and illegal image to social media. Equipment used in the alleged incident has also been confiscated by police. Richmond police advising residents to lock up their vehicles after a rash of guns stolen from those vehicles in recent days. Chief Ronnie Richardson is concerned guns will end up in the wrong hands. He advises making a routine of making sure your possessions are locked up, whether in your home or in a vehicle, and to make sure that your items are safe. Mid-Con America breaking ground on a multi-million-dollar expansion project in Owensboro. Governor Andy Beshear was on hand Monday for the expansion groundbreaking, which will create 44 new jobs. They produce pasta sauces and vinegars, including Holland House, cooking wine, and Mid-Con Asian sauces. A man dies after being stabbed during a carjacking Sunday. An 87-year-old man died from multiple stab wounds near Barron Fork in Whitley County. William Shadone arrested on charges of murder and robbery. The city of Frankfort facing a budget deficit after COVID. As WKYT reporting, the city went from having a surplus to a multi-million-dollar deficit. Tax collection reforms will be a priority, as well as calling back remote workers. Other efforts will be made to help avoid any future deficits. I'm Lee Mowen. This is the Kentucky News Network.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDonald.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. You're invited to the next public discussion of the Danville-Boyle County Planning and Zoning Commission today. This meeting will allow you to voice your opinion on the revised future land use map as a part of the Planning and Zoning Commission's comprehensive plan. That meeting's today at 5:30 at the Jenny Rogers Community Center. The Garrett County Sheriff's Office and Lancaster Police Department are teaming up for the Give Me a Reason program. The program is a prevention initiative as a part of Operation Unite. It's completely voluntary, but it's meant to give teenagers a reason to avoid peer pressure as a reason to say no to drug use. When confronted with drugs, the initiative gives youth the opportunity to say, no, I can't use drugs because my parents drug test me. You can find out more online at operationunite.org. A Lincoln County high school student has been named a 2025 Rogers Scholar. Lincoln County sophomore Brody Baker has been named the 2025 Rogers Scholar, the flagship youth program for the Center for Rural Development. The program provides leadership and college opportunities to help upcoming high school juniors in southern and eastern Kentucky develop the skills they need to seize their potential as the region's next generation of business and entrepreneurial leaders. The program has been around since 1998 with more than $11 million in scholarships offered to graduates by 19 participating colleges and universities. Today's the last scheduled day for road work on US 68 in Mercer County. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet's advising motorists that maintenance crews will be out working to clean ditches and drains between mile point 18 and 20 on Lexington Road. That's US 68. That work will be done from 8:30 until 3 in the afternoon today. One lane will be closed with one lane open for traffic while that work is going on. In a warm but windy day today, we get wind gusts near 40 miles per hour on a day where temperatures do get into the low 70s. Then the cooler weather moves in tonight and into tomorrow morning, where we could get temperatures back down into the 20s with that gusty wind to go along with it. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Big deals. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hi. Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? With a wide range of products and services, we are here to provide you friendly, expert service for all of your banking needs. This is Rita McIntyre for Boyle, Garrett, and Mercer counties. As part of your community, we are committed to building solid, long-term relationships. Call me at 859-733-4963. Let us show you what uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jack, I appreciate that, old buddy. Brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They'll give you a free quote, 859-236-6686. Partly sunny, a high of 73, and a low tonight of 41. Get rain showers and wind gusts blowing in here tonight. Tomorrow, showers likely, a high of 46. Friday, increasing clouds and 57. Saturday, 59 and sunshine. Right now, it's 7:37 in the morning. It's 55 degrees. Wednesday, the 19th day of March, and Tyler Miller joins us this morning. Good morning, Tyler. How are you?
Well, hey, Joe. I am doing good. How's your Wednesday morning starting off?
Oh, Wednesday's going great, Tyler. Going great. Appreciate you joining us this morning and giving us the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Here's Tyler Miller.
All right, folks. Well, this time of year, many of us, once upon a time, and some of us still are, would be seeding tobacco beds, tobacco trays, and getting those float beds up and going, and starting on another year's tobacco crop. And so I want to touch base on a little bit of that this morning. But for those that do grow tobacco, keeping the initial water volume at a level where the tray surface is below the side of the bed may help prevent some protection from cold breezes during germination. Raising the water once those plants have developed sufficient foliage allows more air through those plants and makes less conditions for those foliar diseases. So this generally requires 3 to 5 inches of water, depending on your bed depth. A lower water volume will also reduce the amount of certain fungicides needed to achieve the recommended concentration for those diseases like Pythium root rot. For the optimum germination and growth, temperatures at the top of those trays should be kept around 72 degrees during the day and somewhere between 60 and 70 during the night. So after those plants have reached the 4-leaf stage, those nighttime temperatures can be lowered to 50 to 65 to conserve heating costs. Now, North Carolina has done some research, and they've shown that a favorable growth response when those temperatures is lowered at night while maintaining a favorable daytime temperature. So you're actually going to be doing some good to lower those nighttime temperatures. And that is your County Agent's Corner. God bless.
Tyler Miller, Lincoln County Extension Office, and this morning's County Agent's Corner is brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. All right, Tyler, before you go, some random facts that you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Tyler, are you ready?
I'm ready to go.
All right, Tyler. Here we go. Fact number 1. The oldest living child of a president is Linda Bird Johnson Robb. She is the oldest daughter of Lyndon B. Johnson, and she turns 81 years old today, Tyler. Happy 81st birthday to the oldest living child of a president, Linda Bird Johnson Robb, the daughter of Lyndon B. Johnson.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, 81 years old today. Pretty cool. Number 2, the world's smallest international bridge is only 19 feet long. It's an old rustic bridge that connects the Spanish village of El Marco to the Portuguese village of Várzea Grande. You can see a video of it online, but it's only 19 feet long. Doesn't take you long to cross from Spain to Portugal on that little bridge.
That's cool.
Yeah. Number 3, the moment when a sperm fertilizes an egg, there's actually a little spark and explosion.
Cool.
Yeah, so like the moment that happens, like life has been born, so to say, here's a little spark and an explosion that happens.
Yeah. That's neat.
Yeah. Number 4, the state and capital with the fewest total letters combined is Boise, Idaho.
Idaho, yeah.
Each word only has 5 letters, so 10 total letters between Boise and Idaho.
I needed to know that.
Yeah. It's important. And then number 5, Google was originally not called Google. It was originally called Backrub. When they came up with the idea of a search engine in 1996, they wanted to call it Backrub. The founders changed the name to Google about a year later.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, Google's better than Backrub, right? But however, we'll say this. Had it been Backrub, had it been the opposite, and we would be saying Backrub was originally called Google, but they changed it to Backrub about a year later, we would be saying that's a good call. Because we'd be used to it being called Backrub, not Google. So that's something that's a good call. I'm glad they called it Backrub. That sounds better.
Hey, who won the ball game?
Which game?
Dodgers.
Yesterday, the Dodgers won yesterday 4-1, and they're playing again right now. The Dodgers and Cubs are playing right now, and the Dodgers lead that game 6-3 right now in the bottom half of the 5th.
Okay.
So,
up again.
Dodgers are up again, looking to start off the season 2-0. Only 2 games in Tokyo, so they'll start off, if they can hold on, they'd start off 2-0. The Cubs would start off 0-2. if that score holds. So there you go. Tyler, appreciate it. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
All right.
All right,
See ya.
Tyler. Bye. That's Tyler Miller in the Lincoln County Extension Office. 7:44. We see what's going on in Hollywood. Coming up next.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy.
Mom Blakeman's has made the world's best cream pull candy, and we have been making potato candy. We ship all over the world and have it in many retail stores. You are welcome to stop by our shop in Lancaster to sample or purchase any of our 7 flavors of cream pull candy and potato candy. We have a variety of tubs and tins available. Visit our website at momblakeman'scandy.com or call 800-542-4607.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. The NCAA First Four tipped off in Dayton last night in the 16 seeds matchup. Alabama State scored a bucket just ahead of the Horn to edge St. Francis 70-68. Alabama State next takes on top seed Auburn in Rupp Arena tomorrow. In the game between 11 seeds, it was North Carolina 95, San Diego State 68. Awaiting UNC is 6th seed Ole Miss Friday. Tonight's doubleheader features 16 seeds American U versus Mount St. Mary's in the opener, followed by 11 seeds Texas and Xavier. College basketball analytics have given 14th-seeded men's teams a decent chance to knock out a 3 seed this year. Troy is a 14 seed, while Kentucky is a 3 seed. The analytics say that Troy has a 42% chance to send the Wildcats home after Game 1. UK and Troy meet in Milwaukee Friday night in the Midwest region at 7:10 on Z105. 8th seed Louisville meets 9th seed Creighton tomorrow at 12:15 in Rupp Arena. The women's final AP Top 25 has UCLA number 1 with South Carolina 2nd, UConn 3rd, Southern Cal 4th, and Texas 5th. Kentucky is 13th. Kenny Brooks' UK women will face Liberty in the first round of the women's NCAA tournament. The Wildcats are the 4th seed in the Spokane Region 4. UK will host Liberty in Memorial Coliseum Friday at 12 noon. Kentucky's 22-7 in their first season under Brooks. Liberty comes in at 26-6. In college football recruiting, Louisville picked up its 11th class of 2026 commit. Kentucky doesn't have any yet. Heading to U of L is the number 1 player in the state of Kentucky, Owensboro High tailback Evan Hampton, a 4-star prospect in the class of 2026. Hampton chose the Cards over Michigan, Vanderbilt, and NC State. 1 week from tonight, 12th region champion Danville Christian Academy will face 8th region winner South Oldham in the boys' Sweet 16 at 6 o'clock on Hometown Radio. South Oldham beat North Oldham 53-50 in overtime in the 8th region title game last night. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR, AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
You better believe it, Jackie Boy. Altogether Recovery Center, Danville's first residential addiction center for men, offering life-saving, compassionate care for drug and alcohol addiction. Altogether Recovery Center is now open right here in Danville. Partly sunny, 73 is a high. A low tonight of 41. You get wind gust, rain showers in here tonight. Not a winter storm. So stop it, Joe. A wind advisory is in effect. We are done, hopefully, with the winter storms. Wind advisory in effect. Tomorrow, showers likely, a high of 46. Friday, increasing clouds, high of 57. Shut your mouth, Joe Mathis. Winter weather advisory. Right now, 7:49, 54 degrees here in Danville. 859-238-WHIR to call in this morning. 238-9447. We'd love to have you right here on the radio, on the Joe Show. 859-238-WHIR. We head out west to see what's going on in Hollywood, where celebrities live. If a celebrity does it or says it, you should do and say the opposite, more than likely at least. It's the Showbiz segment. Here we go. It's interesting that Neil Patrick Harris got the role of Barney Stinson in How I Met Your Mother because the creators were thinking of somebody totally different. The show's creators, Craig Thomas and Carter Bays, say Barney was based on two guys they knew who they described as big, jolly partiers. The type they had in mind was more like Jack Black or Vince Vaughn than Neil Patrick Harris. But even though Neil was, quote, physically nothing like the people that Barney was based on, he nailed the audition and he got the part. Tracy Morgan says it was food poisoning that caused him to throw up and be wheeled out of Monday night's Knicks game at Madison Square Garden. Tracy shared a picture of himself in the hospital, said, quote, appreciate my MSG family for taking such good care of me, and I need to shout out to the crew that had to clean that up. Thank you. More importantly, the Knicks are now 1-0 when I throw up in the court, so maybe I'll have to break it out again in the playoffs. The Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse becomes a brutal murderer in the upcoming horror flick called Screamboat. And if that doesn't sound too enticing, this might help sweeten the pot. Willie's victims will include knockoff Disney princesses. They're described as party princesses, and their names are Cindy, for Cinderella, Jazzy, Jasmine from Aladdin, Bella is Belle from Beauty and the Beast, Ariana is Ariel from Little Mermaid, and Rory is Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. They couldn't use the actual Disney princesses because, unlike Steamboat Willie, those are not in the public domain. Screamboat was partially filmed on the Staten Island ferry boat owned by Pete Davidson and Colin Jost. It hits theaters on April the 2nd. Mickey Mouse murderers fake a Disney princess in the horror move Screamboat. Tracy Morgan apparently had food poisoning, and Barney from How I Met Your Mother was supposed to be more like Jack Black or Vince Vaughn. And that's what's going on out west in Hollywood. The world of WHIR, the Showbiz segment. There you go. 859-238-WHIR, the phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447.
She packed my bags last night, pre-flight.
Oh, the good news, the stranded astronauts are back home.
0 hour, 9 a.m.
Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore finally came home yesterday.
as a kite by then.
Yeah, they splashed down off the coast of Florida around 6 o'clock last night while I was at baseball practice with Jack. They went up on a Boeing Starliner capsule last June. We're supposed to be there 8 days, but the ship's thrusters malfunctioned, so they couldn't come home. They ended up hanging out in space for 9 months, or more than 280 days. By the way, that is a long time, but that's not the record. Astronaut Frank Rubio was up there for 371 straight days in 2022 and 23, but that's not the record either. A Russian cosmonaut holds the overall record. 437 straight days. Now, CNN has a list of how that much time in space can affect your body. Like, what does it do to you to spend whatever 280 days like these two astronauts did, or 437 days like a Russian cosmonaut did? Well, it does affect your body. Your face puffs up. Your muscles and bones deteriorate to be, in anti-gravity that long. And your vision gets blurry because your eyeballs start to flatten from fluid buildup. So being in space that long does have its negative consequences. It's doing things to your body, being up there, face puffing up, your muscles and bones deteriorate, and then you start to lose your vision a little bit because of fluid buildup in your eyes. But the good news, those two astronauts are back home, quite honestly, thanks to Elon Musk and SpaceX. President Trump did say that was one of his goals, was to get those astronauts back home. And I guess luckily for President Trump, his BFF is Elon Musk, who can get that done. So Elon Musk did get it done, whether you love him or hate him. Way to go to Elon Musk for getting those astronauts back. I think some people probably would rather than be stranded than to give Elon Musk credit for anything, but we'll give him credit here in the show. Way to go to Elon. Those two astronauts are back home and back on Earth, splashing down yesterday off the coast of Florida around 6 o'clock in the evening. 7:55 in the morning, 55 degrees. It is March the 19th. Here on the Joe Show, back in 60 seconds to round out the 7 o'clock in the morning hour.
Okay, this might be a little cliche, but we now interrupt regular programming for a subject near and dear to my heart, me, your radio. Hey, if you run a business, you know it's a challenge, and getting new customers is really tough. To grow your business, may I suggest me, your radio. Radio is everywhere, which means you can reach potential customers in the car, at work, at home, and at play. No other media can say that. Radio reaches more consumers within 2 hours of their largest purchase of the day than any other media. You say you'd like to use radio advertising, but you don't know where to start, or it's all overwhelming? I'm your radio. You can trust me, right? Call us today and find out how radio delivers results. We now return here to your regular programming. That is like my favorite thing in the world to say.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
Water and electricity, two things that make our lives easier and better. But as valuable as each one is, together they can be deadly. Water is a conductor of electricity, and if you're standing in water or wet while using an electrical appliance, you could be shocked or electrocuted. Keep all electrical appliances away from water and make sure your hands are dry when using appliances. For more information, contact your electric cooperative.
And that's Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
Good service is just as important as quality. And at B&L Jewelers, you get both. Competitive prices and exceptional service for every customer. Find the perfect bridal and engagement rings. Or better yet, B&L Jewelers will help you custom design your rings so that you can create something unique to express your love. We carry fine jewelry and watches, including Citizens and Bulova. Or we can special order whatever you need. We also buy gold and silver. And we offer 6-month layaway with no fees. We do all our jewelry repairs in-house. So stop in today for a free jewelry cleaning and diamond inspection on the corner of Houstonville Road and Highway 150 in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. Online at bnljewelers.com. Find us on Facebook.
Love gets better with Danville deal maker, Bob Allen.
Together, let's drive at Bob Allen Chevrolet. Lease a new 25 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab 4x4 for only $349 a month for 24 months. $54.99 plus first payment, taxes, and fees due at signing. 10,000 lease miles per year. Stock M25188. Bob Allen Chevrolet, located on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
7:58 in the morning. Let's give a special happy shout out, a happy day today. It's National Milk Chocolate and Caramel Day today. Amongst many of the other holidays that we've celebrated today, National Poultry Day as well. But it's National Milk Chocolate and Caramel Day, and a salute to a man named Milton Hershey, who started his career at a caramel company. I call it caramel, so it's just the way I say it, caramel. But anyway, he began experimenting with caramel and found a German-built machine to manufacture chocolate, later on inventing chocolate-covered caramel. Milton Hershey was the one who came up with that. Caramel actually has its own national holiday on April the 5th. This is National Chocolate-Covered Caramel. Caramel apple is also obviously popular, first created because candied fruit could be preserved longer. I'm sure that's the only reason, right? We want to preserve it longer, not that it makes the apple taste better. Today is National Chocolate-Covered Caramel Day. Way to go, Milton Hershey. Created that great lasting legacy for us. It's 8 o'clock in the morning.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Russia is calling for an end to military aid to Ukraine as a key condition for avoiding an escalation of war. The Kremlin made the demands Tuesday after Russian President Vladimir Putin spoke with President Trump on the phone about a proposed ceasefire. Trump and Putin also agreed to a prisoner swap that would take place today. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky was not included in that conversation. 2 NASA astronauts are back on Earth after a 9-month stay on the International Space Station. Tammy Trujillo with the latest.
NASA spokesperson Steve Stitch says there's no specific timeline for when Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore will be reunited with their families.
I know they're going to fly back here. They'll probably spend some time rehabilitating a little bit, and the docs watching them, and then they'll rejoin their families in the next day or so.
Williams and Wilmore had to stay way longer than planned aboard the ISS after issues with their Boeing Starliner spacecraft. They returned home in a SpaceX capsule on Tuesday, splashing down in the ocean off the coast of Florida.
Authorities are still on the hunt for the person or people who did major damage to a Tesla service center in Las Vegas. More from Daniel Martindale.
The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department says someone used Molotov cocktails and shot at least 3 rounds into cars at the Tesla Collision Center early Tuesday morning. Investigators say the incident has some of the hallmarks of terrorism. Surveillance footage shows someone dressed in black damaging at least 5 Tesla vehicles, 2 of which were set on fire. The word resist was also painted on the front doors of the business. Assistant Clark County, Nevada Sheriff Dory Corrin says it was a targeted attack and could have been politically motivated.
Over 3 million people are under blizzard warnings across the central U.S. this morning. A powerful winter weather system is blasting heavy snow and high winds from the central plains to the upper Midwest, with gusts of up to 50 miles per hour expected from Kansas to Minnesota. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090. 800-714-9090.
The Vatican says Pope Francis is decreasing his use of mechanical ventilation. More from Mark Mayfield.
Officials say the Pope did not require any mechanical ventilation Monday night, indicating a gradual improvement to his condition. He underwent high-flow oxygen during the night. The update added that his medically prescribed diet now includes solid food. The Holy See press office says while the decrease in mechanical ventilation is positive news, it should be viewed with caution as part of a gradual reduction process.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul says the tariff war between Canada and the U.S. is continuing to hit New York State hard. Scott Pringle reports.
Governor Hochul says the average New York family will end up paying between $2,000 and $3,000 more in the course of a year because of the tariffs, given New York's close trade partner relationship with Canada. She also says fewer Canadians are crossing the border to visit.
I was in Manhattan asking what occupancy is like in the hotels, and they said many Canadians are canceling reservations. Places like theaters in Buffalo are feeling the effect.
Hochul also notes that New York gets a lot of timber from Canada and that the tariffs, she says, are making it harder to build more housing at a time when there's a severe housing shortage in the state.
AT&T wants you to have a corded phone again. More from Bree Tennis.
The phone giant has a new service called AT&T Phone Advanced. It's a modern take on a traditional landline, and it's available in 60 markets across 16 states. It is a traditional phone with a cellular connection. You can plug in an old-school phone, a fax machine, even your alarm system, and you can use it to call your cell phone when you can't find it. The system costs $46 a month, including a $1 fee for equipment.
And Kanye West could be at risk of losing joint custody of his children with ex-wife Kim Kardashian. The reality star is reportedly considering legal action against the rapper after their daughter North appeared on a new Kanye song with accused sex trafficker P. Diddy. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Stacy and I live in Harrodsburg. Oh, it was wonderful. We talked about exactly what I was looking for in a home. Rosalind Drury worked super hard every day looking at homes. When I needed appointments, she got it set up quickly. Once we got in the house, about the pros and the cons, she knew what I liked. She is really good on her job. I would highly recommend Rosalind Drury. She is amazing and gives 110%.
Welch Homes Real Estate. Welcome home with Welch Homes.
Hello, I'm Adam Hopkins, Security Officer at Farmers National Bank. As your community bank, protecting you and your money is important to us. If you are ever the victim of fraud or suspect a fraud attempt, contact us for advice. We're here to help.
Good morning to you. It is Wednesday. It's the 19th day of the month of March at 8:05 in the morning and 55 degrees. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up here first on the Joe Show on a windy day for us. A windy weather advisory. A wind advisory is in effect through 11 o'clock tonight. We'll let you know what it looks like coming up next.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
You're invited to the next public discussion of the Danville-Boyle County Planning and Zoning Commission today. This meeting will allow you to voice your opinion on the revised future land use map as a part of the Planning and Zoning Commission's comprehensive plan. That meeting's today at 5:30 at the Jenny Rogers Community Center. The Garrett County Sheriff's Office and Lancaster Police Department are teaming up for the Give Me a Reason program. The program is a prevention initiative as a part of Operation Unite. It's completely voluntary, but it's meant to give teenagers a reason to avoid peer pressure as a reason to say no to drug use. When confronted with drugs, the initiative gives youth the opportunity to say, no, I can't use drugs because my parents drug test me. You can find out more online at operationunite.org. A Lincoln County high school student has been named a 2025 Rogers Scholar. Lincoln County sophomore Brody Baker has been named the 2025 Rogers Scholar, the flagship youth program for the Center for Rural Development. The program provides leadership and college opportunities to help upcoming high school juniors in southern and eastern Kentucky develop the skills they need to seize their potential as the region's next generation of business and entrepreneurial leaders. The program has been around since 1998 with more than $11 million in scholarships offered to graduates by 19 participating colleges and universities. Today's the last scheduled day for road work on US 68 in Mercer County. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet's advising motorists that maintenance crews will be out working to clean ditches and drains between mile point 18 and 20 on Lexington Road. That's US 68. That work will be done from 8:30 until 3 in the afternoon today. One lane will be closed with one lane open for traffic while that work is going on. In a warm but windy day today, we get wind gusts near 40 miles per hour on a day where temperatures do get into the low 70s. Then the cooler weather moves in tonight and into tomorrow morning, where we could get temperatures back down into the 20s with that gusty wind to go along with it. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Yeah, Jackie boy, that's nice of you, buddy. Brought to you by our friends over at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop. 315 Delahaye. Give a free estimate, and they work at their insurance company. They fix water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and do paintless tint repair at Danville Auto Body Shop. Partly sunny, 73 is the high. Low tonight, 41, and wind advisory in effect, and rain showers tonight. Pushes some rain in, the wind does, that system does, and then we get rain tomorrow as well, and a cooler day, 46 the high. Low tomorrow night of 28. I don't like that. Friday, 57. Saturday, 59. Sunday, 61. Right now, it's 8:10 in the morning. It is 55 degrees. Wednesday, the 19th day of March. 859-238-WHIR to call in this morning. 238-9447. We'd love to have you right here on the radio. So, State Senator Bledsoe texted me and said she's in Washington, D.C. for, like, her daughter's field trip. She's, I guess... It's cool to go. I mean, she's the state senator. So, like, to be able to go to D.C. as a part of your daughter's field trip as, like, like an adult chaperone is awesome. But she said she lost her cell phone. She can't find her cell phone. So she texted me through her watch. She was, like, talking through her watch, I guess, talk to text. She said, I don't know where my cell phone is. I'm running through hotel security to try to find my cell phone. So don't worry about the segment then this morning. So she was going to call in, but now she's lost her phone in Washington, D.C., of all places. To misplace your phone, you're in the nation's capital. So hopefully she can find that phone. That's what I told her. I said, oh, no, hopefully you can find the phone. Don't worry about the segment this morning. So we'll skip over the State Senator Bledsoe segment. We'll retouch with her next Wednesday. Hey, an unplanned 8-hour flight to nowhere ended up leaving passengers stuck where they first started. And we have audio from that flight. They were 8 hours in the air and ended up back where they started from.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard WHIR Airlines. This is your pilot speaking. We are now cruising at an altitude of, I don't know. We are on our way to, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Flight attendants will be coming around to bring you, I don't know. Maybe a drink, maybe a snack, maybe nothing. I don't know. Lavatories are located in the, I don't know. Do we even have lavatories? I don't know. If and when we land, your baggage will be available at kiosk. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. We know you have a choice which airline you fly, and we're glad you chose WHIR Airlines, where we're flying nonstop to, I don't know.
Who knows? He doesn't know. Let's see what's going on in the Sort of Sports Report this morning. Starting off in NCAA news, where under a proposed settlement of an antitrust lawsuit between the states of Tennessee and Tennessee and Virginia, and the NCAA, NIL compensation could be a recruiting tool for schools. If the settlement is approved by a judge, the NCAA will stop enforcing rules prohibiting NIL from being used as a recruiting inducement. In addition, the settlement will mean that the NCAA will, quote, not adopt any new rules banning NIL and recruiting. Tennessee Attorney General Jonathan Skrmetti says he's glad to see the NCAA give up on defending a world that no longer exists. No team takes getting snubbed lightly, but West Virginia is taking this to a whole new level. West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey has officially requested that the state's Attorney General launch an investigation into the NCAA Tournament Selection Committee over the Mountaineers' non-invite to the Big Dance. Specifically, the investigation is going to look for any backroom deals, corruption, bribes, or any nefarious activity that occurred during the selection process. North Carolina ended up being chosen as one of the tournament's play-in games, and the chair of the selection committee is Tar Heels AD Bubba Cunningham. Cunningham, however, says he recused himself from the decision. Those loyal to West Virginia clearly aren't buying that. Here's Governor Patrick Morrisey threatening legal action against the NCAA and Tournament Selection Committee.
Today, I'm joined here with our Attorney General. He's the Chief Legal Officer for the state. And I've asked Attorney General McCuskey to launch an investigation into the NCAA Tournament Selection Committee to determine if any backroom deals, corruption, bribes, or any nefarious activity occurred during the selection process.
This guy seems like a loser. My brother, nobody cares that much about West Virginia basketball. Move on to the next thing. All right, in just over 24 hours, the madness will officially tip off. The first game of the men's NCAA basketball tournament between number 9 Creighton and your Louisville Cardinals. Certainly not my Louisville Cardinals, but your Louisville Cardinals. Scheduled to start at 12:15 tomorrow. There's still time to create or amend your bracket. Perhaps these upset picks will play a role in your first and second round decisions. Here's who some of the experts think may be seeing some upsets. Number 12, UC San Diego over number 5, Michigan. Number 13 seeded Yale over number 4 Texas A&M. Number 11 Drake versus number 6 Missouri. Maybe Drake pulls the upset. Number 13 High Point versus number 4 Purdue. Could High Point do it over Purdue? Last year's runner-up. McNeese over Clemson. Utah State over UCLA, an under-the-radar team, Utah State. Gonzaga over number 1 Houston. Gonzaga's 9-1 since February the 6th. That would be a second-round matchup. And St. Mary's over Alabama in a second-round matchup. Alabama sure can score, but St. Mary's can score as well. And the sort of sports sounds from yesterday. Here's the call of number 11 North Carolina defeating number 11 San Diego State 95-68 in the first 4 of the NCAA tournament.
Final seconds. There's a 3. So Cam Lewine with that last second 3, and it is over.
And then yesterday, Alabama State with a lay-in near the buzzer to beat St. Francis in that 16 versus 16 play. And Alabama State will now take on Auburn.
Looking for some March magic right here. Moncrief at the horn, and it is over in Dayton. Alabama State has won its first ever NCAA tournament game in a thriller.
There you go. That's what's going on in this morning's Sort of Sports Report. We have more sports coming your way next with the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram, right here on the Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Take it away, Big Daddy.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. The NCAA First Four tipped off in Dayton last night in the 16 seeds matchup. Alabama State scored a bucket just ahead of the Horn to edge St. Francis 70-68. Alabama State next takes on top seed Auburn in Rupp Arena tomorrow. In the game between 11 seeds, it was North Carolina 95, San Diego State 68. Awaiting UNC is 6th seed Ole Miss Friday. Tonight's doubleheader features 16 seeds American U versus Mount St. Mary's in the opener, followed by 11 seeds Texas and Xavier. College basketball analytics have given 14th-seeded men's teams a decent chance to knock out a 3-seed this year. Troy is a 14 seed, while Kentucky is a 3 seed. The analytics say that Troy has a 42% chance to send the Wildcats home after Game 1. UK and Troy meet in Milwaukee Friday night in the Midwest region at 7:10 on Z105. 8th seed Louisville meets 9th seed Creighton tomorrow at 12:15 in Rupp Arena. The women's final AP Top 25 has UCLA number 1 with South Carolina 2nd, UConn 3rd, Southern Cal 4th, and Texas 5th. Kentucky is 13th. Kenny Brooks' UK women will face Liberty in the first round of the women's NCAA tournament. The Wildcats are the 4th seed in the Spokane Region 4. UK will host Liberty in Memorial Coliseum Friday at 12 noon. Kentucky's 22-7 in their first season under Brooks. Liberty comes in at 26-6. In college football recruiting, Louisville picked up its 11th class of 2026 commit. Kentucky doesn't have any yet. Heading to U of L is the number 1 player in the state of Kentucky, Owensboro High tailback Evan Hampton, a 4-star prospect in the class of 2026. Hampton chose the Cards over Michigan, Vanderbilt, and NC State. 1 week from tonight, 12th region champion Danville Christian Academy will face 8th region winner South Oldham in the boys' Sweet 16 at 6 o'clock on Hometown Radio. South Oldham beat North Oldham 53-50 in overtime in the 8th region title game last night. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Hi, this is Caraway and Adeline at Mattresses and More next door to Ace Hardware in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, come check out our tax refund sale. New merchandise arriving weekly and we sell off the floor. Get up to 35% off. We offer layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit. Come see Aunt Nana. You'll be glad you did.
Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
Bad decisions limit future options. Stop adversity from becoming stress. Listen to The Flatline with host Rick Hughes, Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR. Learn problem-solving devices built on God's Word. For inspiration, education, all without manipulation. The Flatline Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jack, I appreciate that, old buddy. Brought to you by Howard Carpenter Flooring, Allen, Harrodsburg, specializing in discount, waterproof vinyl flooring, hardwood tile, and carpet remnant. Shop and save on all types of floor coverings. Howard Carpenter Flooring, Allen, 540 North College Street. Partly sunny, 73 is the high. Low tonight, 41. Tomorrow, showers likely, high of 46. Friday, increasing clouds, 57. Saturday, 59. Sunday, 61. Right now, it is 8:21 in the morning, and we are looking at 55 degrees. Wednesday, the 19th day of March, 03-1925 on your calendar. And so glad to have you aboard the Joe Show this morning. 859-238-WHIR to call in. That's 238-9447. And we'd love to have you right here on the Joe Show. Hey, if you're a bargain hunter, there's nothing more satisfying than finding a bargain, scoring a great deal. I don't even think you really have to be a bargain hunter per se. Like, you just get a good deal, like you're just shopping. Wow, look at this. Good deal. You're excited about it. That is, unless the deal is so good that a business refuses to honor it. Here's the story of that. Traveler Online says that they booked a hotel for an international trip through Expedia. They got a phenomenal price on this. But then the hotel called them directly and asked them to cancel it because the rate was too low. The traveler went back to Expedia and was told the booking is confirmed and that the hotel should honor it as long as the traveler doesn't cancel. But the hotel ignored that. Instead, if the traveler didn't cancel, they just would not accommodate them when they show up. Now, naturally, a lot of people told the traveler not to cancel. But since it's an international trip to the Middle East, the person didn't feel comfortable having to book a hotel with some that could be hostile towards them. They're going to the Middle East. You're kind of on edge as it is. And now you're staying at a hotel. They don't want you there. So they did cancel. Expedia reimbursed the traveler, gave them a bonus credit for the hassle. We assume the traveler found another hotel and that Expedia may nix the relationship with that original place as well. In a statement to Fox News, Expedia said, quote, if a partner consistently provides poor traveler experience, we investigate and address the issue directly. It was too good of a deal to be true, at least from the hotel's perspective. A hotel canceled a traveler's reservation because the deal they got was too good. What do you think about that? 859-238-9447. Yeah, travel out of luckacity, not Travelocity. You're out of luck when you get too good of a deal.
Looking for a low rate on a hotel, even if it comes with the slight possibility that your reservation will be canceled? Then book your trip on TravelOuterLuckity.com. Yes, if you're willing to risk your trip getting canceled because the rate was too low, you can save big on your hotel with Travel Outer Luckity.
I booked my stay at a hotel in the Bahamas with Travel Outer Luckity. It was only $50 a night, but then when I was bringing my bags up to my room, they canceled the reservation and bumped it up to $100 a night. I paid it, and then when I got into the room, they canceled it and bumped it up to $200 a night. Still not too bad.
Yes, you'll love the room you get with.
And then they knocked on the bathroom door while I was, busy and told me to get out. Unless I want to pay $300 a night. I gave them my credit card number. Thanks, Travel Outer Luckity.
No, thank you. TravelOuterLuckity.com. Book your reservation over and over again today.
There you go. Let's see what's gone on this date, March the 19th in history that's made this date a date to remember. Starting off on this day, 2003, where President George W. Bush announced that U.S. forces had launched a strike against, quote, targets of military opportunity in Iraq.
At this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger.
It was on this date in 2014, Russia invaded the Ukrainian naval base in Sevastopol. On this day, 2014.
Around a dozen Ukrainian servicemen have walked out of the Ukrainian naval headquarters in Crimea's Sevastopol port, carrying their belongings. This comes after the base was taken over by pro-Russian forces, according to witnesses.
They've been fighting for a long time, and it was on this date in 2018. This is sad. Not that the other things are sad, not sad. You know, the Ukrainian naval base being taken over was sad, but this is just a uniquely sad story. The world's last male northern white rhino died at the age of 45 in Sudan. No more white rhinos. After 2018, on this day, died in Kenya.
Researchers in Kenya say Sudan was euthanized yesterday after his condition, quote, worsened significantly. Sudan was no longer able to stand. They did take a copy of its genetic material yesterday with hope that future technology could potentially revive the species.
There you go. That's what's gone on this date, March the 19th. That's made this date a date to remember. 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447 to call in this morning. Hey, coming up this Sunday, March the 23rd, the South District Baptist Association is having their Caring Friends Ministry. That's for widows and widowers, and they are having that this Sunday at Perryville Baptist Church. They'll begin at 12:30. There's a meal. David Walden's going to be speaking on the work of the Gideons and to share Bibles around the world. That is this Sunday, 12:30. The South District Baptist Association is having their Caring Friends Ministry for widows and widowers at Perryville Baptist Church. Another date to circle on your calendar is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, March the 29th, the game plan to home ownership. This is going to be kind of a must-attend thing. I mean, it's not required by law, but if you are new into the home buying field, you're trying to buy a home for the first time, you got questions, This is kind of the must-attend thing. You visit and ask questions and talk with professionals in one spot that'll be with you every step of the way of buying a home. There's no pressure. There's no obligation. It's just a question and answer thing. How do loans work? Are there any certain things for first-time home buyers? How long is the mortgage? What's the pay? What's the interest rate? Whatever questions for new homeowners. This is it, the game plan to home ownership. It's from 9 until noon on Saturday, March the 29th at the First Southern Veterans Park Parks and Rec Office Building on Goshen Road in Stanford. So mark that one down. If you are a new homeowner, the game plan to home ownership. Saturday, March the 29th from 9 until noon in Stanford, the First Southern Veterans Parks and Rec Office Building. It's 828.
Don't be a dirty driver. You can shine on and drive on with a clean vehicle from the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road. The original Thoroughbred Car Wash has 6 self-service bays and 8 vacuums and a touchless automatic wash that washes, waxes, and blow dries for the spotless wash that you'll be proud of. Find the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road, just down from Big Lots. Open 7 days a week for your convenience.
Hi, I'm Alan Martin, branch manager at Community Trust Bank. Community Trust Bank has supported communities that we call home since 1903. With locations in Boyle and Mercer counties, Community Trust Bank is a full-service bank dedicated to helping you meet your lending needs and financial goals. Please stop by and see me at our Danville main office located at 462 West Main Street. Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loans subject to credit approval.
Some love him and some hate him. But everybody listens to Sean Hannity weekdays at 3 and Saturdays at 10 on AM 1230 WHIR.
All right. 8:30 in the morning. 238 WHIR. Coming in the next half hour, we're going to see Grub Gab, the world of food. Lots of good food stories, including Sargento, which has made a brand new American cheese that is apparently actual cheese now. So we'll talk about that in Grub Gab, and then we'll see what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. In the 9 o'clock in the morning hour, Boyle County Middle School Principal Brian Wheeler joins us at 9:35.
Network. Investigations continue into a deadly fire in Somerset Tuesday morning.
Just feel really sorry for the family. I've done this for a long time. I've been in emergency services for 40 years here, and I've seen a lot of it, but it's just tragic for the family, for the rest of the family to try to pick up and go on.
Talking with WKYT was Pulaski County Deputy Coroner Keith Price. The people who did not survive are from 3 different generations: 78-year-old Norma Dean Petit, 55-year-old Jerry Todd Petit, and 17-year-old Riley Petit. A 4th person is being treated for burns in Louisville, as first responders say the fire likely started in the basement. State Attorney Jennifer Russell Coleman says the man convicted over 40 years ago in a triple murder won't be getting off death row. Carew Gene White is Kentucky's longest-held death row inmate for beating 3 elderly people to death in Breathitt County back in 1979. His appeal to the 6th Circuit has been turned down. Executions have been on hold in Kentucky since 2010 on concerns of the state's lethal injection protocols. It's a sign of spring in Louisville.
The Churchill Downs backside is now open, with horses arriving and getting settled in their assigned barns and stalls. There will be up to 1,400 horses on the grounds for the spring meet. Most will come in at the completion of the meets at Turfway, Fairgrounds, Gulfstream Park, and Oaklawn Park. And a familiar name will be back at Churchill Downs this spring. After a 3-year suspension, trainer Bob Baffert is hot on the Kentucky Derby Trail again. His horses will be stabled in Barn 33, which was home to his 6 Derby winners. I'm Rick Uccino.
And I'm Lee Mowen. This is the Kentucky News Network.
Ooh, ma. What was
Let me ask you a question. Are you running a small business and need more customers? Hi, this is Don, your small business marketing specialist. So how do you increase traffic by 20%? Well, there are only two ways to do it. Either get your current customers to spend 20% more, and that's not going to happen. Or get more new customers to try your business. Well, the latest research is in, and radio is dominating the competition. A new study found that across 10 brands in a number of different categories, radio commercials increase store traffic by over 20%. Categories like automotive and beauty retailers experienced an increase of over 30% in new customers. And if you're hungry, quick service restaurants increase their business by over 20%. That's right, and radio has the best ROI of any media period. So are you ready to get new customers? Give us a call today and discover how radio can help grow your business.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
Authentic Mexican grocery store, cakes, fresh produce, piñatas, boots, belts, and more. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. Family owned and operated, offering the best Mexican products created. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. And to make your tummy smile, Taco Yumas, the on-site food truck that's also available for catering and events. So where do you go for authentic Mexican product? La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. In Danville on Houstonville Road.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. You're invited to the next public discussion of the Danville-Boyle County Planning and Zoning Commission today. This meeting will allow you to voice your opinion on the revised future land use map as a part of the Planning and Zoning Commission's comprehensive plan. That meeting's today at 5:30 at the Jenny Rogers Community Center. The Garrett County Sheriff's Office and Lancaster Police Department are teaming up for the Give Me a Reason program. The program is a prevention initiative as a part of Operation Unite. It's completely voluntary, but it's meant to give teenagers a reason to avoid peer pressure as a reason to say no to drug use. When confronted with drugs, the initiative gives youth the opportunity to say, no, I can't use drugs because my parents drug test me. You can find out more online at operationunite.org. A Lincoln County high school student has been named a 2025 Rogers Scholar. Lincoln County sophomore Brody Baker has been named the 2025 Rogers Scholar, the flagship youth program for the Center for Rural Development. The program provides leadership and college opportunities to help upcoming high school juniors in southern and eastern Kentucky develop the skills they need to seize their potential as the region's next generation of business and entrepreneurial leaders. The program has been around since 1998 with more than $11 million in scholarships offered to graduates by 19 participating colleges and universities. Today's the last scheduled day for road work on US 68 in Mercer County. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet's advising motorists that maintenance crews will be out working to clean ditches and drains between mile point 18 and 20 on Lexington Road. That's US 68. That work will be done from 8:30 until 3 in the afternoon today. One lane will be closed with one lane open for traffic while that work is going on. And a warm but windy day today. We get wind gusts near 40 miles per hour on a day where temperatures do get into the low 70s. Then the cooler weather moves in tonight and into tomorrow morning, where we could get temperatures back down into the 20s with that gusty wind to go along with it. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jack, appreciate that, buddy. Brought to you by our friends hanging out over at The Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on all types of gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts up to 50% every single day. The Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Partly sunny, high today of 73. A pretty breezy day today at times. Tomorrow, showers likely, 46. Friday, increasing clouds, 57. It's 8:37 in the morning right now. It's 55 degrees. Wednesday, the 19th day of March, 031925 on your calendar. And Pimmy is coming your way right now. What's going on with Pimmy?
Hi, I'm Pim Stewart Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. There's something about a well-groomed groom. Tresses shiny, facial hair carefully shaved or clipped, nails manicured. With so much hoopla surrounding the bride, it's easy for the groom to forget how essential he is to the wedding. He is half of the happy couple after all. So what to wear to play up your devastating good looks? A suit or tuxedo. You have a lot of stuff to choose from, and you have a lot of stuff to learn about before you can do any choosing. For example, in Tux Talk, collar refers to 3 types: peaked, notched, or shawl. The tuxedo jacket comes in several variations, including single-breasted and double-breasted with 2 to 6 buttons. There are tails, the stroller coat, the dinner jacket, the cutaway morning coat, the Spencer coat, and the Mandarin or Nehru jacket, also known as the Mao jacket. Shirts have either a wing collar, mandarin collar, spread collar, crosswick collar, or classic collar. Shirt sleeve cuffs come in standard, French, or button closed. Neckwear includes the bow tie, ascot, bolo, euro, Sharpei, and 4-in-hand. Accessories include vests or waistcoats, cummerbunds, cufflinks, studs, and suspenders. A love note: when renting or buying a tux, avoid snugness in your pant waist and across the shoulders of your jacket. Make sure there's plenty of room in your collar and your shoes are a really good fit.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com or in stores at your local CVS.
Don't be a dirty driver. You can shine on and drive on with a clean vehicle from the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road. The original Thoroughbred Car Wash has 6 self-service bays and 8 vacuums and a touchless automatic wash that washes, waxes, and blow dries for the spotless wash that you'll be proud of. Find the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road, just down from Big Lots. Open 7 days a week for your convenience.
Hi, I'm Alan Martin, branch manager at Community Trust Bank. Community Trust Bank has supported communities that we call home since 1903. With locations in Boyle and Mercer counties, Community Trust Bank is a full-service bank dedicated to helping you meet your lending needs and financial goals. Please stop by and see me at our Danville main office located at 462 West Main Street. Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loan subject to credit approval.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
Hey, it's 8:41 in the morning, 859-238-WHIR is the phone number to call in, 238-9447. According to the author of a brand new book, Prince Andrew gets really angry if his teddy bear collection isn't arranged in a certain way in his bed. Well, check out this ad for the brand. Prince Andrew will like this. My Teddy Bear Pillow.
Hi, it's Mike Lindell. Are you a grown man who collects teddy bears, and your vast collection of teddy bears takes up your entire bed, leaving no room for a pillow? Then you need the My Teddy Bear Pillow. It's a teddy bear, it's a pillow. It's the My Teddy Bear Pillow. Yes, this pillow is shaped like a big teddy bear, so it looks like it's just another one of your many teddy bears when it is in fact a pillow. Just listen to this My Teddy Bear Pillow user.
Greetings, it is Prince Andrew. I have several teddy bears, and each one must be perfectly placed on my bed. Perfectly placed. If they are not perfectly placed, somebody would pay dearly. You hear me? Anyway, I have the My Teddy Bear Pillow, and it's cozy or whatever. Wait a tick. Frederick Von Fluffenstuff is on the floor. He belongs on the upper right quadrant of the bed. Who is responsible for this?
Yikes, take it easy, man. The My Teddy Bear Pillow. Order now.
Let's see what's going on in Grub Gab, where you can always just eat it, folks. All right, here we go. If you think your favorite cheese is American, you're wrong. You can't technically be called cheese because of all the fillers and how it's processed, so they use the terms like cheese product or cheese food. Yum. But the folks at Sargento claim they finally cracked the code and just released a new American cheese that actually qualifies as cheese. It's called natural American cheese. It only has 5 ingredients, while other types have 9 or more. They say it's similar to how Colby Jack is made. Their ingredients are milk, cheese culture, salt, enzymes, and a natural food coloring called annatto. They claim they spent 10 years working on this to make it taste and melt like regular American cheese. It hit grocery stores, by the way, today. You can try it out today. Food and Wine was quick to point out that natural cheese isn't a term regulated by the FDA. From what they can tell, 5 ingredients means it's cheese. Whether it's the fake stuff, we don't know. Sargento made American cheese that may actually be cheese. Hey, LaCroix is literally bringing the sunshine with its mysterious new flavor, and fans can't wait to crack open a can. While the brand is being cryptic about the exact taste, their hints of it containing citrus and tropical zest have people guessing everything from lemony warmth to the feeling of a kiss on the forehead. The sunflower-covered can alone is turning heads, with some fans ready to buy it just for the design. Whether it tastes like golden afternoons or fresh-cut grass, one thing's for sure, LaCroix lovers are ready to sip on some sunshine. And story number 3. Here we go. Hardee's aims to up its chicken sandwich game with the introduction of the new chicken cordon bleu sandwich in select markets across the United States. With around 780 calories, the new chicken cordon bleu sandwich features a premium all-white chicken breast fillet dipped in buttermilk, then lightly breaded and fried to a golden crisp, topped with thinly sliced smoked ham, melted Swiss cheese, and honey mustard, all served in a toasted potato bun. While prices may vary, you can expect to pay around $7.99 for the sandwich a la carte, or $11.99 for a combo served with small fries and a small drink. It is available in Kentucky, one of the few states that does have it. Hardee's introduces a chicken cordon bleu sandwich in Kentucky. LaCroix fans want to try out this mysterious new sunshine flavor, and Sargento finally made American cheese that's actual cheese. Grub Gab, where you can always just eat it. It's 8:45 in the morning. We see what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history coming up next.
Starting a business or expanding your existing business? Are you looking for a stable partner you can trust to help you understand your options? This is Ricky Peterson. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank at the Danville Main Street office. As a part of your community, I'm here to help you understand the best options for you today and in the future. Give me a call at 859-236-9822. Let me show you what Uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports.
The NCAA First Four tipped off in Dayton last night in the 16 seeds matchup. Alabama State scored a bucket just ahead of the Horn to edge St. Francis 70-68. Alabama State next takes on top seed Auburn in Rupp Arena tomorrow. In the game between 11 seeds, it was North Carolina 95, San Diego State 68. Awaiting UNC is 6th seed Ole Miss Friday. Tonight's doubleheader features 16 seeds American U versus Mount St. Mary's in the opener, followed by 11 seeds Texas and Xavier. College basketball analytics have given 14th-seeded men's teams a decent chance to knock out a 3-seed this year. Troy is a 14 seed, while Kentucky is a 3 seed. The analytics say that Troy has a 42% chance to send the Wildcats home after Game 1. UK and Troy meet in Milwaukee Friday night in the Midwest region at 7:10 on Z105. 8th seed Louisville meets 9th seed Creighton tomorrow at 12:15 in Rupp Arena. The women's final AP Top 25 has UCLA number 1 with South Carolina 2nd, UConn 3rd, Southern Cal 4th, and Texas 5th. Kentucky is 13th. Kenny Brooks' UK women will face Liberty in the first round of the women's NCAA tournament. The Wildcats are the 4th seed in the Spokane Region 4. UK will host Liberty in Memorial Coliseum Friday at 12 noon. Kentucky's 22-7 in their first season under Brooks. Liberty comes in at 26-6. In college football recruiting, Louisville picked up its 11th class of 2026 commit. Kentucky doesn't have any yet. Heading to U of L is the number 1 player in the state of Kentucky, Owensboro High tailback Evan Hampton, a 4-star prospect in the class of 2026. Hampton chose the Cards over Michigan, Vanderbilt, and NC State. 1 week from tonight, 12th region champion Danville Christian Academy will face 8th region winner South Oldham in the boys' Sweet 16 at 6 o'clock on Hometown Radio. South Oldham beat North Oldham 53-50 in overtime in the 8th region title game last night. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Almost every small Kentucky town has a go-to restaurant. In Central Kentucky, it's the Bread of Life Cafe in Liberty. If you like a good buffet, you'll love the huge down-home cooking featuring 3 fully stocked buffet tables, or you can order off their extensive menu. You'll find something delicious for every person in the family at the Bread of Life Cafe. Visit the gift and sweet shop at the Bread of Life Cafe 5 miles south of Liberty on Highway 127. Open till 8 Monday through Thursday, 9 Friday and Saturday. Feed your tummy and your soul with a stop at the Bread of Life Cafe and Buffet 5 miles south of Liberty.
Discover the power of radio. If you run a business, then you should consider radio advertising. Customers don't have the same store loyalty they once had. Shoppers travel more than ever. And then there's the internet. Your business must advertise on a regular basis to give former customers a reason to return and new customers a way to find you. Discover the power of radio.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jack. Appreciate that, buddy. It's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris. They'd love to give you a free quote. 859-236-6686. Partly sunny, 73 is the high. A low tonight of 41 with wind gusts in here tonight, up near 40 miles per hour. Tomorrow, showers likely, increasing clouds, high of 46. Friday, increasing clouds, and a high of 57. Right now, it's 8:51 in the morning, 54 degrees. Wednesday, the 19th day of March. Not a whole lot has gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, but we managed to pick out 3 different things to highlight on this date, March 19th. Starting off on this date in 1946, where this artist was born. Her name, Ruth Pointer. Of course, you know what group she's with.
Make it happen.
American R&B singing group The Pointer Sisters. Ruth Pointer, a part of that group, had the 1981 U.S. #2 single Slow Hand, the 1984 #2 single Automatic. The Pointer Sisters have won 3 Grammys, had 13 top 20 hits between 73 and 85. Ruth Pointer on this date, 1946, The Pointer Sisters. It was on this day, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history in the year 1946, where Paul Atkinson was born. He was a guitarist for this group. The Zombies.
It's the time of the season.
Had 4 U.S. hits, She's Not There, Tell Her No, She's Coming Home, and this one, Time of the Season. He later became an executive, working for Columbia and RCA Records, discovering and signing bands like ABBA, Bruce Hornsby, Mr. Judas Priest, and Michael Penn. Died at the age of 58 back in 2004. Paul Atkinson, born on this day, 1946.
What's your name? Who's your daddy? Is he rich like me? Has he take us anytime to show you what you need to live? Tell it to me slowly. Tell you why I really want to know.
He was on this day, rock and roll, pop, and R&B 1974, where this group renamed themselves on this date, 1974. Jefferson Airplane renamed themselves Jefferson Starship. The new lineup included Paul Kentner, Grace Slick, Johnny Barbata, David Freeberg, Peter... Ooh, this is a tough last name. Peter Kalkinen, Papa John Creech, and here's another tough name, Kraji Chaquicho. I have heard of 0 of those names, by the way. I do know Jefferson Starship and Jefferson Airplane. I didn't know the people who made the group, though. But it was on this date, 74, they renamed themselves Jefferson Starship.
Smoking caterpillar has given you the call Alice when she was just small. When the man on the chessboard get up and tell you where to go.
Here it is, Jefferson Starship. Ruth Pointer and Paul Atkinson have all made their mark on this date, the 19th day of March, in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. We're back in 60 seconds here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville.
Hi, I'm Alan Martin, branch manager at Community Trust Bank. Community Trust Bank has supported communities that we call home since 1903. With locations in Boyle and Mercer counties, Community Trust Bank is a full-service bank dedicated to helping you meet your lending needs and financial goals. Please stop by and see me at our Danville main office located at 462 West Main Street. Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loans subject to credit approval.
Hey, Kentucky high school senior, are you into having the chance to win a $1,000 scholarship you can use towards your in-state college, trade school, or certification program? If so, listen up. Participate in the I'm In College Acceptance Video Challenge, and you could have your video selected for a statewide TV commercial, as well as the chance to win a $1,000 scholarship. Are you in? Find out more today by visiting gearupky.org/video. That's gearupky.org/video. Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
All right, 8:56 in the morning. Happy National Backyard Day today. If you needed proof that they're better than front yards, only one of them has its own holiday. We'll have a National Front Yard Day, National Backyard Day, though. Whether you're barbecuing this weekend or just hanging out, what is your go-to game you like to play in the backyard? Well, luckily we have this morning's Top 10 Countdown, a focus of the top 10 best backyard games of all time. This is based on fun, accessibility, sorry, my finger hit the space bar there, and overall popularity. It is this morning's Top 10 Countdown.
Top 10 Countdown.
All right, there you go. Top 10 Countdown, the top 10 best backyard games of all time.
Number 10.
All right, number 10, here we go. Croquet. Now, not a lot of people play this now, but it used to be really popular. The word is French, but it originated in England in the mid-1800s. Croquet or croquette? Is it croquette or croquet? I don't know. Never played it. That's why it's like dead last on our top 10 countdown. Who's playing that in their backyard now? That's number 10.
Number 9.
Number 9, top 10 backyard games of all time. Number 9 is lawn darts. By the way, bonus points for you to the original version if you have that for being lethal. Modern versions are safer but still fun. You land darts in circles to score some points. Lawn darts, number 9 in our top 10 countdown.
Number 8.
This has gotten pretty popular in the last 20 years. A mailman in Pennsylvania is the one who came up with the idea in 2005. It's a game called Ladder Toss. A company called Ladder Golf LLC started selling the sets. Ladder Toss is number 8 in our top 10 most popular backyard games.
Number 7.
Number 7 is badminton. Not as popular as it used to be, but still fun. It's just the most annoying part is having to set up and take down the nets to play badminton in your backyard, but still a fun game. Number 7 in our top 10 countdown.
Number 6.
Number 6 is horseshoes. It's harder for little kids to play than cornhole, and you have to add permanent sand pits to really do it right, so there is some work to do it, but horseshoes is fun, and it spawned an entire phrase. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. So it's got to be in the top 10 countdown. Number 6 in our top 10 backyard games of all time.
Number 5.
Brits call this football rounders. Canadians call it soccer baseball. We call it kickball. Kickball, number 5 on our top 10 countdown. Top 10 backyard games of all time on National Backyard Day.
Number 4.
Oh, flag football is better. Just stuff a rag in your belt and go, but two-hand touch has got to be on there as well. One of the all-time great backyard games, and you can't have a backyard top 10 countdown without this.
Number 3.
Number 3, thanks to a guy in Connecticut who made backyard baseball possible when he came up with the idea of a wiffle ball in 1953. Wiffle ball comes in at number 3.
Number 2.
Number 2 is bocce. Good for multiple people. You can play it anywhere. You just don't need a legit bocce court or even a nice patch of grass. Just some open space. And the number 1 backyard game of all time.
Number 1
is cornhole. The go-to game now. Cincinnati gets credit for the modern version of cornhole that we know now. Came up in the 1960s.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
News Radio, I'm
It's
Michael
9
Kastner.
o'clock.
The final classified files of the John F. Kennedy assassination are finally being made public. The former president was assassinated in Dallas in 1963. It's widely believed he was killed by Lee Harvey Oswald, though conspiracy theories have continued to circulate about the shooting ever since. Experts have said they don't believe the files will contain any surprises, but historians said Tuesday they'll need time to assess them. Presidential historian Michael Beschloss.
The number of people who think that there was a conspiracy has only risen over the last number of decades, increasing distrust in government, splitting our country.
The White House says President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin have agreed to start talks on a limited ceasefire with Ukraine following the two leaders' phone call yesterday. William Denslow reports from Brussels that European leaders are reacting with some optimism.
France and Germany have welcomed this call, but say it must lead to a complete ceasefire. That's a point reiterated by an official at Downing Street in London.
Hungary's foreign minister says the world is a safer place following the call and said he hopes Brussels would not get in the way in a reference to NATO. The Kremlin says Russia has agreed to a 30-day ceasefire on strikes on Ukraine's energy infrastructure and a prisoner swap with Ukraine slated to take place today. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky was not involved in the talks. Two NASA astronauts are back on Earth after a 9-month stay on the International Space Station. NASA spokesperson Steve Stitch says there's no specific timeline when Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore will be reunited with their families.
I know they're going to fly back here tonight. They'll probably spend some time rehabilitating a little bit, and the doc's watching them, and then they'll rejoin their families in the next day or so.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort. Now, I know you're probably spelling comfort in your head and asking yourself, is that possible? Am I just a really bad speller? Look, I don't know your spelling aptitude, but Skechers most definitely put the S in comfort, because Skechers is the comfort technology company and has developed fits and features that change everything you know about comfort, like hands-free Skechers slip-ins, the ultimate in comfort and convenience. It's footwear you just step into and they're on, with no bending down. Find Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Actress Gal Gadot's Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony was briefly delayed by dozens of protesters on Tuesday. Dueling protests about the conflict between Israel and Hamas broke out right before Gadot was going to receive her star. The protest delayed the event on Hollywood Boulevard by about 15 minutes. People could still be heard chanting once the ceremony started. Gadot, who was born in Israel, has openly supported the Jewish state's efforts in the war against the Palestinian militant group. There are some things to keep in mind when deducting charitable contributions when doing your taxes. More from Kristen Marks.
Mark Stieber, the chief tax officer for Jackson Hewitt Tax Services, says you can only get a charitable donation if you're able to itemize your deductions.
And that means you have a larger number of total deductible expenses than your standard deduction, which everybody gets. So there's a twofold test. Do you have enough itemized deductions to get into the club to be able to take all the itemized deductions?
Donations must be to a qualified organization, and there must be records of them.
Keep up with those records. And again, I go back to if you're an itemizer with that home, you're probably automatically in the itemizer club. You've got to keep up with that record and all the stuff you did during the year, not just on April 15th, because that really cheats yourself when you hurry up.
Cash contributions can't be more than 60% of your adjusted gross income and less for non-cash donations. As for determining the value of those non-cash gifts,
there's many apps out there. There's many websites that tell you this is what these articles of clothing or this television or this computer or this video game is worth in the resale market.
March Madness is underway in Dayton, Ohio. Alabama State and North Carolina made it to the first four of the NCAA men's basketball tournament last night. The Hornets claimed the 16th seed and will battle number 1 Auburn in round 1. Tar Heels snagged the 11th seed and will clash against number 6 Ole Miss. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Your morning cup of Sean. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
The SpaceX recovery ship will be stationed nearby to haul the spacecraft on board so the crew can be helped out of the Crew Dragon's cabin onto stretchers for initial medical checks. Talking to people that know a lot more about this than I do, their understanding is that these two astronauts that had only, remember, their planned mission was for 8 days, and they will have a tough time adjusting to the gravity that we all experience here on Earth. It will be quite an adjustment, not an easy adjustment, because that's not what they trained for. And so our hope and our prayer today is that by the end of the show, that they land safely and can be reunited with their families sooner rather than later.
The Conservative Underground meets later today on the Sean Hannity Show.
Only two things in life are certain, death and taxes. Well, now there's a third certainty. If you're with Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, you could be saving a fortune every single month if you switch to my cell phone provider, a veteran-owned company called Pure Talk. Now, that's right, Pure Talk, my sponsor, is cutting the fat from the wireless industry. For just $25 a month, you can get unlimited talk and text, 5 gigs of data on America's most dependable 5G network, and the average family of four saving over $1,000 a year when they switch to Pure Talk. That's real money in your pocket for the exact same service. And with Pure Talk, you have U.S. customer service representatives. They'll make the switch simple, fast, and free and easy. To do it, dial pound 250, say the keyword save now to make the switch. Do it now. You save an additional 50% off your first month. Pound 250, keyword save now, and start saving today. Pure Talk, wireless by Americans for Americans.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Good morning to you. It's Wednesday. It's the 19th day of March, a day where we get cloudy skies, 73 degrees, your high, and a windy day as well. Forecast is coming your way. News comes up here first. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. You're invited to the next public discussion of the Danville-Boyle County Planning and Zoning Commission today. This meeting will allow you to voice your opinion on the revised future land use map as a part of the Planning and Zoning Commission's comprehensive plan. That meeting's today at 5:30 at the Jenny Rogers Community Center. The Garrett County Sheriff's Office and Lancaster Police Department are teaming up for the Give Me a Reason program. The program is a prevention initiative as a part of Operation Unite. It's completely voluntary, but it's meant to give teenagers a reason to avoid peer pressure as a reason to say no to drug use. When confronted with drugs, the initiative gives youth the opportunity to say, no, I can't use drugs because my parents drug test me. You can find out more online at operationunite.org. A Lincoln County high school student has been named a 2025 Rogers Scholar. Lincoln County sophomore Brody Baker has been named the 2025 Rogers Scholar, the flagship youth program for the Center for Rural Development. The program provides leadership and college opportunities to help upcoming high school juniors in southern and eastern Kentucky develop the skills they need to seize their potential as the region's next generation of business and entrepreneurial leaders. The program has been around since 1998 with more than $11 million in scholarships offered to graduates by 19 participating colleges and universities. Today's the last scheduled day for road work on US 68 in Mercer County. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet's advising motorists that maintenance crews will be out working to clean ditches and drains between mile point 18 and 20 on Lexington Road. That's US 68. That work will be done from 8:30 until 3 in the afternoon today. One lane will be closed with one lane open for traffic while that work is going on. In a warm but windy day today, we get wind gusts near 40 miles per hour on a day where temperatures do get into the low 70s. Then the cooler weather moves in tonight and into tomorrow morning, where we could get temperatures back down into the 20s with that gusty wind to go along with it. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
Hey, it's brought to you by our friends over at Altogether Recovery Center, Danville's first residential addiction center for men, offering life-saving, compassionate care for drug and alcohol addiction. Altogether Recovery Center is now open in Danville, 859... Sorry, I don't have the phone number. I was looking at the wrong thing. Google it, and you can get the phone number that way. Altogether Recovery Center. Sunshine 73, the high 41 is the low. Wind gust up over 35 miles per hour today. Tomorrow, showers likely after 8 o'clock in the morning. Increasing clouds tomorrow afternoon. 46 is the high. Friday, increasing clouds, 57. We are under a wind advisory today. Again, with the wind gust up over 40 miles per hour. Saw someone on Facebook say the trash totes will be blowing around. Some trash totes probably blown over when you get home from work today. Swamp Shop time. Sorry, Adcaster time. 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. Let's do the Adcaster. Buying, selling, swapping, trading, giving away, and...
Now, the Adcaster Show on WHIR. Buy, sell, trade for free. Phone lines are now open. Call 859-238-WHIR. Let her go.
The Adcaster phone number to call in to get your items on here. Again, we buy, sell, swap, trade, and give away. 859-238-9447. 238-WHIR to get your items here on the Adcaster. Question of the day, as Jim Parman would say. For sale, a 1995 four-wheel drive Dodge Ram pickup. Runs good, no dents. $39.99 for it. A 1991 Dodge Shadow convertible, runs good, no dents. $29.99 for it. And a Marlin 22 automatic rifle with a scope for $299. 859-734-7031. 859-734-7031. We have someone who's looking for a person to mow a large yard in Harrodsburg. 859-734-9734. 859-734-9734. First half of the Adcaster is in the books. It is a short Adcaster. It's like a running clock Adcaster type thing. That's how quick it's going. The halftime show is brought to you by Essity. They're hiring now.
Mike Gay here. At Essity, we're committed to making the world a healthier, more hygienic place, starting right here in Harrodsburg and Danville. We're hiring machine operators where you'll work with cutting-edge technology to produce essential products like hand towels and tissue paper. Our wages start at $20 per hour with benefits on day one and opportunity for growth. If you're a high school grad ready to make an impact, visit ESSITY.com/careers. That's Essity.com/careers.
Second half of the Adcaster, 859-238-WHIR to get on here. 238-9447. For sale, a black side-by-side refrigerator and freezer, $150. 325-0927. 325-0927. For sale, an iPhone 12 Pro Max and a purse for sale. 859-613-9177. 859-613-9177. And somebody wants to buy a washer and a dryer. 859-613-4465. 859-613-4465. That's all she wrote, he wrote, and they wrote.
Let her go.
In this Wednesday morning edition of the Adcaster on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Gary Fogle, you're up next, man. Kentucky Sports Memories coming up next.
Hello, I'm Gary Fogle. Welcome to Kentucky Sports Memories, and today we continue our look at the 5-year anniversary when COVID canceled the Sweet 16.
At Watson's, we've been delivering all the family fun and relaxation to our local community for over 50 years. Our mission is to provide high-quality home recreational products and home furnishings to our customers that bring families and friends together for a break from the daily stresses of life. Shop the largest local selection of in-stock products for your home, inside and out, and get the guaranteed lowest price in the USA. Only at Watson's.
This is the 5-year anniversary when COVID canceled the Sweet 16. The boys' Sweet 16 didn't even get underway. The girls' Sweet 16 got canceled in the middle of it. They played the first round games on that Wednesday. Then on that Thursday, they played the first game of the afternoon session, and that was it. The second game didn't even tip off. Henderson County and Marshall County were scheduled to play that second game. and they got word at halftime of the first game that it was over. No one else was going to take the floor. I talked to Jeff Hale about that because he was the Henderson County head coach at the time, and he made his argument to try to at least play their game when he was given that bad news.
We're all here. Everybody's in the gym now. The germs have been spread. If you're worried about that, I was more like, let's finish our game, because we were the second game of the morning session or whatever it was, the first session. And so I thought, well, let's just finish. Can we finish? No, can't do it. The governor's on the phone to Julian right now and all this, and I was like, okay.
What was it like telling your players that?
Well, it wasn't good because we had some seniors, and we had some. We felt like of course, other coaches are going to say the same thing, I think, but we really felt like we had a really good shot at really getting really deep, maybe win the state title with the team I had. I had the Sadie Worth, I had Emily Hope, I had the guards I needed. I had a squad we needed, I thought, to really compete with any of the teams that were in the state tournament that year. But just having to tell them was, we had some, again, had a lot of crying going on and disappointment, especially with the seniors and all of them, but especially with the seniors, and wasn't a good way for them to go out.
Not a good way for anybody to go out. Get all the way to the Sweet 16, and right before you're going to take the floor to play your opening game, you're told the tournament is canceled. What about the young ladies on his team, and when they got that word, how did they react? Tomorrow we'll hear from a couple of them. Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories.
Gary Fogle, KSM, Kentucky Sports Memories, Mondays through Fridays right here on The Joe Show at this time at 9:18 in the morning. We will step aside. We'll come back, and we'll give you some breaking and trending news. We'll also talk about how much would you pay for a parking spot. This went a little bit out of my budget. We'll talk about it coming up.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. The NCAA First Four tipped off in Dayton last night. In the 16 seeds matchup, Alabama State scored a bucket just ahead of the Horn to edge St. Francis 70-68. Alabama State next takes on top seed Auburn in Rupp Arena tomorrow. In the game between 11 seeds, it was North Carolina 95, San Diego State 68, awaiting UNC as 6 seed Ole Miss Friday. Tonight's doubleheader features 16 seeds American U versus Mount St. Mary's in the opener, followed by 11 seeds Texas and Xavier. College basketball analytics have given 14th-seeded men's teams a decent chance to knock out a 3-seed this year. Troy is a 14 seed, while Kentucky is a 3 seed. The analytics say that Troy has a 42% chance to send the Wildcats home after Game 1. UK and Troy meet in Milwaukee Friday night in the Midwest region at 7:10 on Z105. 8th seed Louisville meets 9th seed Creighton tomorrow at 12:15 in Rupp Arena. The women's final AP Top 25 has UCLA number 1 with South Carolina 2nd, UConn 3rd, Southern Cal 4th, and Texas 5th. Kentucky is 13th. Kenny Brooks' UK women will face Liberty in the first round of the women's NCAA tournament. The Wildcats are the 4th seed in the Spokane Region 4. UK will host Liberty in Memorial Coliseum Friday at 12 noon. Kentucky's 22-7 in their first season under Brooks. Liberty comes in at 26-6. In college football recruiting, Louisville picked up its 11th class of 2026 commit. Kentucky doesn't have any yet. Heading to U of L is the number 1 player in the state of Kentucky, Owensboro High tailback Evan Hampton, a 4-star prospect in the class of 2026. Hampton chose the Cards over Michigan, Vanderbilt, and NC State. 1 week from tonight, 12th region champion Danville Christian Academy will face 8th region winner South Oldham in the boys' Sweet 16 at 6 o'clock on Hometown Radio. South Oldham beat North Oldham 53-50 in overtime in the 8th region title game last night. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
There's something special about eating at a local restaurant. When you're greeted at the door or you sit down at your regular seat, it's easy to tell the difference from a big chain restaurant. Cattleman's Roadhouse is proud to be locally owned, and we are committed to serving up the best hand-cut steaks, providing an all-you-can-eat salad bar, and cooking up delicious meals right here in your community. Whether you're spending time with family or just craving a great steak, we are here because the best places in life are local.
Hi, I'm Adam Hopkins, Security Officer at Farmers National Bank. If a friend you haven't spoken with in years contacts you via social media with a great way to make some big money, it's a scam. If this has happened or is happening to you, please give us a call at Farmers National Bank. We're always happy to help.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WIMAX.
All right, 9:22 in the morning, 859-238-WHIR. Phone number to call in, 238-9447. This is how crazy the level of political and social discourse in the country has become. It is now affecting Tesla owners in a way that's beyond the obvious. Not only are Tesla owners and drivers facing harassment because they're driving Teslas, they're also being hit with higher insurance rates. The reason being, some people can't control themselves, and they have been vandalizing the Tesla brand. As of last month, the most expensive electric vehicles to insure are the Tesla Model 3, this out of all the electric vehicles. Tesla Model 3, number 1, Tesla Model Y, number 2, and Tesla Model X, number 3, with insurance rates for the Model 3 going up 30% because people are so angry and they dislike Elon so much that they're vandalizing his vehicles that Elon's not even driving, that regular people are driving. So just a note of humanity here. If you have an issue with Tesla, that's fine, but be respectful because the car owner is not the person you have a problem with. And they're the one who's going to end up paying for your lack of personal control. The big story, Tesla insurance rates are going up because people who don't like Elon can't control themselves. And they are destroying Teslas that they see just out in the open, just parked in a parking lot. They're vandalizing them. And that's causing now insurance rates to go up because people are calling the insurance company, making claims, and now it's more expensive to insure a Tesla because of people's lack of personal control. 238-WHIR, the phone number to call in here this morning, 238-9447. I talked about this going into that last commercial break. What is the most you would pay for a parking spot? I paid $16 last week to do the DCA games 3 different times, and that made me sick to my stomach. The average American has to scrimp and save to even think about buying a house. Meanwhile, a single parking spot in Boston is on the market for a measly $750,000. It's in a parking garage in Beacon Hill, which is around the corner from the Boston Common and right by the famous Cheers bar. So the bar and Cheer, it's like right next to it. So according to Fortune.com, the average house cost in America is $419,000. This is a parking spot for $750,000. If that sounds like a lot, it's actually more than that. The garage also charges $400 a month just in fees. So you're paying for the parking spot, but you're also paying the parking garage in which the spot's located. And the property taxes are $291 a month. So you're paying almost $700 a month on top of $750,000 a year for the parking spot. And I know what you're thinking. No one would be crazy enough to pay for that much for a parking spot. Oh, are you wrong? It looks like there's already at least one buyer for this parking spot. Redfin lists this as contingent, which means the owner has accepted an offer. It's just not finalized yet. The site CarScoop says the same parking spot sold in 2023 for $500,000. So in just 2 years, the owner of that parking spot is flipping that parking spot from $500,000 to $750,000. Again, this is around the corner from Boston Common, right by the famous Cheers bar, a parking spot in Boston. just hit the market for $750,000. Hey, the NASA astronauts who were stranded on the International Space Station since last summer returned, splashed back down to Earth there yesterday around 6 o'clock in the evening, and they held a press conference to talk about the return to Earth. Some interesting questions and answers that they made answers to.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for all of your support.
We were in space for a really long time, but it's nice to be back here on Earth.
And, well, we do have an important piece of information for you. You're not going to believe this, but I left the iron on up there. Our space iron for ironing our space clothes.
And I left my car keys up there.
So we're going to have to go back up there ASAP. This is really embarrassing.
And I left my emotional support blankie up there.
Oh, man, that just reminded me. I left my blankie up there, too.
Anyway, it was really nice of you to help us get back down here to Earth, but we need to go back up there and get our stuff.
See you in 9 more months. Okay, bye.
All right, Elon, fire the rocket up. They want to go back up there. Let's see what's going on in the world of weird today. A little weird news action for you. Let's do it.
Weird news.
All right, a guest at the Pine River Motel in Michigan left an unexpected item behind for an employee to find. The motel's manager, Gary, don't know his last name, but Gary first name, said he went to the room on Friday morning to clean up when his nephew was shocked to find an alligator hiding beneath the bed. There you go. Growl, alligator, growl. When cops arrived, they were able to pick up the reptile, which Gary said was very friendly, as far as gators go anyway. The guest who owned the gator, named Wally, said he thought the animal had escaped and immediately made a U-turn to recover his beloved pet. Hey, last week, influencer Samantha Strabel caused quite an uproar in Australia because she kidnapped a wombat from its mother to show off to her followers on social media. An Aussie official considered revoking her visa or even expelling her from the country. Jones took it upon herself to leave anyway. Many thought she'd come back to the USA, but instead she ends up in Thailand. In addition, a text exchange between what appears to be a former friend has now been made public. That friend, who is anonymous at this point, says the wombat incident was a turning point in their relationship, and that Strabel has shown no remorse. Additionally, the text exchange shows Strabel appearing to threaten her former friend for having the call to talk to the media about it, promising to make her life heck. Though she didn't say heck, in a barrage of other cuss words and nasty language as well. And hey, on Saturday, a former Florida man managed to steal an ambulance and lead police on a chase through the mean streets of Tampa. Dashcam video shows the wild pursuit, which ended in what appears to be a residential neighborhood. Also shown in the video is what looks like the suspect clearly having his priorities in order, as he can be seen in the ambulance's side mirror chugging his beer before he gets out of the vehicle and gets taken to the ground by law enforcement. Michael Esquion has been charged with stealing an emergency vehicle, driving with a suspended license, resisting arrest, and DUI. That's what's going on in the world of the weird. Yeah, there you go. By the way, someone just messaged me and said they paid $650 for the year at the Woodlawn silent auction to get the parking spot number 1 in the pickup line. I didn't know that was a thing. So $650 a year, not a bad deal. Number 1 spot in the pickup line, $750,000 for that parking spot in Boston. It's 9:30 in the morning. Kentucky News Network is coming your way next.
It's another mix of weather concerns across the state today. Dozens of eastern Kentucky counties are under a red flag warning because of the possibility of fire being fanned by strong winds. A wind advisory is in effect for most of the state as another cold front is moving through today. Gusts of 40-plus miles an hour are possible. Those storms should be hitting late this afternoon into the late evening hours. And there is still a flood warning in effect for parts of the Green River northwest of Bowling Green. Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell asked about his thoughts on President Trump's relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Well, I think we're all watching the beginning of a rather different kind of administration.
McConnell spoke to reporters near Louisville for the first time since announcing he's not seeking re-election, saying Ukraine has to decide what it's comfortable with to end Russia's invasion.
We're just helping a friend to fight back against an invasion. What we want to avoid here at the end is a headline that says Russia wins and America loses.
The 83-year-old also said he is concerned that the tariff trade war could hurt Kentucky's 70,000 farmers. Multiple people detained by ICE after an operation in Kentucky last week. WKYT reports 81 were arrested from March 10th to the 14th. Out of the detainees, 25 of them arrested for criminal offenses, including entering the country illegally. And Deborah Gabbard is being honored by receiving the Gold Presidential Volunteer Service Award. WKYT reports that Gabbard started volunteering in 2017 and has put in 500 volunteer hours of service last year. The court-appointed Special Advocates of Children is a Lexington nonprofit that works on behalf of abused and neglected children in court in several counties. A total of 48 CASA of Lexington volunteers earned Presidential Service Awards last year. I'm Jack Crumley.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Hi, this is Deanna Charles at the Danville H&R Block. Were you a college student in the last 4 years who didn't receive an education credit? Even if you paid nothing to go to school due to grants like the Pell Grant, you might still be able to get up to a $2,500 federal credit. I specialize in education credits, and I want to personally invite you to come in or call and let me see if I can find a credit for you. If I find no credit, you owe nothing, so what do you have to lose? Stop by the office at 216 Brent Avenue in Danville or give us a call at 859-236-3281 to learn more. Tax prep fees apply to amend or complete a current year return.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Pfister Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue. Step into Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across from the Boyle County Fairgrounds and discover the enchanting world of Candleberry candles in the huge Candleberry Corner. Refresh your world with an array of fresh cargo scents for your car for just $1.99. Tantalizing tarts, $7.99. Delightful room sprays for $9.50. Small jars are $14.99. Large jars, $25.99. Grand candy jars for $89.99. And a large selection of cookie jars for that special someone at $159.99. Visit Papa's Quick Stop number 7 across the Boyle County Fairgrounds on the bypass for an exhilarating experience like no other.
This Joe Show weather report brought to you by...
All right, Jack, appreciate that, buddy. It's brought to you by our friends over at the Little Sign Shop. Our new owners and operators. The Little Sign Shop offers all types of quality signs at affordable prices, many within 24 hours. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them. 859-238-7391. Partly sunny, high of 73. A low tonight of 41. Tomorrow, showers likely. 46 is the high. Friday, increasing clouds and a high of 57. Right now, it's 9:35 in the morning. It's 57 degrees in Danville, and we're talking Boyle County schools. And to make this segment official, here's Jim Parman.
The following is a paid program.
Told you. And we welcome onto the show Boyle County Middle School Principal Brian Wheeler. Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Good morning, Joe. Thanks for having me in today.
You doing all right today?
Doing great, sir. Thank you.
Good. Appreciate you being on here. I've got a new shirt on. If you're watching the live stream, look at this. Brian brought me a new shirt. It says BCMS across it, which stands for Boyle County Middle School, and then it's got the Eagle logo on it. I said, okay, I'm going to wear this for the segment. So, Brian, appreciate you. You said this shirt, every middle school student gets this shirt when they start school there. Is that right?
That's right. Yes, sir. When our fifth graders come over, we will have a shirt for them, ready for them. So when they become an Eagle, they'll be official, and they'll have their shirt ready to go.
Yeah, they got their shirt, got a new shirt in the wardrobe. Right. Well, appreciate you bringing that over. Speaking of new students, I mean, it's hard to believe, but we are kind of nearing the end of the school year. We are about 2 months away, and so starting to think now about new students from the fifth grade classrooms at Woodlawn, Perryville, and Junction City coming over to Boyle County Middle School, and there's probably no bigger change, quite honestly, Brian, in a young person's life than going from their elementary school where they know everybody, they've been in that school, and then combining with two others in one location at the middle school. That's a big change for young people, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's probably one of the biggest changes, probably the biggest change that you have in your education career is coming over to the middle school.
Right.
Learning new friends, trying to figure out all the new groups. But we do a great job transitioning our fifth graders up, and our kids, do a great job. Our teachers in the elementary schools do a great job getting our kids ready to come up to us and transition to us. So, but yeah, it's a tough transition. Middle school can be tough. So that's why we try to be supportive of our kids and give them lots of opportunities to transition and be ready for a middle school experience.
Yeah, I tried to explain it to Jack just a couple days ago that, like, Jack, you go to school here, but you have kids on your baseball team that go to other schools, but they still go to Boyle County. And he's just like, he can't wrap his head around, what do you mean they go to Boyle County, but they don't go to my school? So it's one of those things, again, where you all do the best that you can. And coming up next month, you've actually got 2 events in about a week span to get students, and not just students, but their parents and their guardians and the adults in their lives interested and knowing exactly what to expect when they come to Boyle County Middle School. The first one is April the 18th. Brian, what is this about?
Yeah, Friday, April 18th, we will bus all the students from Perryville and Junction City and Woodlawn up to the middle school, and we'll have some transition meetings with the kids. We'll talk to them about our expectations, and then we'll actually have some of our 8th grade leadership kids take the kids around and tour the building, so show them a little bit about what it's about and let them answer questions and try to just to ease some of those nerves a little bit before we actually transition. So,
and that's in the school day, right?
That's in the school day, yeah. So kids will sign a permission slip to get on that bus and come see us from their elementary schools, and we'll take care of the rest.
And then almost a week later, April 24th, this is the family orientation time. So the kids who have already been in the middle school building at that point, 6 days prior they get to go in and they can kind of show mom and dad around. Hey, look, we've been here, done that. We know this is where the classrooms are, and this is where mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, guardians, parents, things of that nature get to come in and check the middle school out too.
Absolutely. We do the same thing. We bring our parents into the gym. We talk a little bit about expectations, give parents a chance to ask questions of us, and then we do the same thing. We have some of our leadership kids in the hallways showing parents around so they can see the building.
It's hard to believe that building is 5 years old already.
It's 5 years old. We've been in it 5 years.
Because it still looks brand new.
It still feels new.
Yeah, I'm sure it still has the new building smell in it.
It does.
5 years old already. It's hard to believe that it's 5 years, and what a beautiful building it is. And I told Brian, I've actually never been inside of it. Now, I've driven by it, obviously, multiple times. My family has been inside of it. They've been in the Performing Arts Center. I've never been in it. And I know that you all have, as far as I know, you all have teachers and administrators from other schools coming in tour that building, right? Because it's so good. They want to come in and see what did you all do that we can kind of replicate and copy in our building. That's how good the middle school is.
It is. We do have people come visit. They want to see some of the unique spaces we have, want to come look at the Performing Arts Center just to see how it looks and see how it functions. And, we love the building. We love how our space functions.
How is it having the Performing Arts Center connected to the middle school?
Oh, it's great. It gives our kids so many more opportunities. And for our kids, we get to walk. We're not having to bus. We're not having to do different things. We can just walk to performances. And a lot of the performances that Jimmy Korn brings to the Performing Arts Center, we get to go watch for free. So it's a great thing for our kids, especially kids who are interested in the arts and pursuing things in the arts.
I have a lot of great extracurricular activities going on along with the Boyle County Performing Arts Center, one of those being the Odyssey of the Mind, which you all have a great Odyssey of the Mind team. State tournament's coming up this weekend?
It is. It's coming up this weekend. It will be at the middle school.
At the middle school. Yeah, what is Odyssey of the Mind, Brian?
Odyssey of the Mind is this creative problem-solving program where teams tackle these big open-ended problems. They create solutions. Sometimes it's technical. They're creating, I think one team's creating like a robot that moves, and they have to control the robot. We have other teams that are more creative and do like drama, do skits, and they come up with skits to solve problems. So very open-ended and lots of different categories within Odyssey of the Mind.
So different categories. So does like the whole team qualify, or is it based on which individual group inside the whole team?
Yeah, it's based on the category you're in, so you can qualify for the state tournament. And I think high school and middle school state tournament will be at our school this coming weekend. So we're excited. It's a ton of people come. You'll see all of our parking lots full all day Saturday, and it's a great event for Odyssey of the Mind in our state.
Do you know how many kids are on the Odyssey of the Mind team?
I don't offhand. I don't know exactly how many. I think there are about 10 kids who compete for Odyssey of the Mind for us, and they do a great job. They work so hard. I come in on Sundays to get some work done, and I hear people, and it's our Odyssey of the Mind team getting ready for the state tournament. So They put in a ton of work, and they're passionate about it, and they're really, really good at it.
I'm looking at the Facebook page, and you had something go on there last week, March the 10th, you all made a post, of the Eagles Essentials class. I guess it's Waddell, Mr. Waddell.
Yeah. Adrian Waddell has a first period, kind of a math concepts, engineering.
Yeah, it looks like an engineering
type class, and he gave them this project, and really open-ended, kind of something similar to maybe what Odyssey of the Mind might do, but they were tasked with building a bridge. They had limited resources, and they had to try to support as much weight as possible.
They were MacGyver in this thing.
Yeah, right.
They're like, here's 250 popsicle sticks, which is what it says here, and a bottle of glue.
One bottle of glue.
Get to work.
No more.
And so they had to build a bridge, and then they had to show it 3 days to build this, right? So they could like draw designs, test out things, but you got 250 sticks and one bottle of glue.
That's it.
And then how much weight can your bridge hold? So they put like weights on top of the bridge, which this seems like something middle schoolers would love, right? Get together, let's see how much weight our bridge can hold. 5 of the bridges built held over 125 pounds.
With popsicle sticks.
With popsicle sticks and glue.
Yeah, right.
And that's it. So going along with that Odyssey of the Mind class and team that Mr. Wheeler was talking about, these are our young future decision makers and entrepreneurs and business leaders and government officials, and these kids right here are figuring out how to build things with popsicle sticks and glue, and then, you know, obviously that creativity will help translate as they continue to get older and get into the real world. That's what it's about, right? Using these examples as real life examples as they get older.
That's exactly what it's about, and you're going to hear the term a lot in education coming up called vibrant learning. You're going to hear that a lot in education, and those types of experiences are what we want to expose our kids to really show that we put kids in real-world situations and that we really try to bring learning alive through day-to-day projects and tasks.
With Brian Wheeler, the Boyle County Middle School principal, you got a lot of students as well. It says soaring to new heights. What does that mean?
Yeah, our Soaring to New Heights initiative is just a positive behavior referral system that we use. If a teacher sees a kid doing something great, they do great on a test, they give great effort, they fill out a little form. It's called a Soaring to New Heights. We take their picture. They get a little ticket that goes into a bucket for a drawing on Fridays. We try to share those good things that are happening on Facebook. So we'll just constantly be posting Soaring to New Heights kids just throughout the school year as good things are happening, because we have a lot of great kids doing a lot of great things, and we want to recognize those folks who are always in it and just always doing what they're supposed to be doing.
How many students do you all have in the middle school, Brian?
We're at 639, 640. We bounce around right in there, 640. So.
Wow, 640 middle school students in one building. That takes a lot of staff, I'm sure. Again, got to remember when you were in middle school, when I was in middle school. It's a confusing time for a lot of people, and I'm sure that takes a lot of staff, a lot of work every single Monday through Friday getting these young minds together.
It does. You have to be a special person to work with middle school students. Yeah. So, but you know, we have a great staff, and they're in it for our kids, and you know, we want to see all of our kids succeed, and that's our task every day for all of our folks at the middle school.
Brian Wheeler, Boyle County Middle School principal, joins us live this morning on the Joe Show, talking about the great things going on at Boyle County Middle School. We will step aside. We will come back and finish up the conversation on this Boyle County Schools Wednesday. Every third Wednesday of the month, we have a representative from Boyle County Schools on. Today, it is Brian Wheeler, Boyle County Middle School principal. Back after this.
There's something special about eating at a local restaurant. When you're greeted at the door or you sit down at your regular seat, it's easy to tell the difference from a big chain restaurant. Cattleman's Roadhouse is proud to be locally owned, and we are committed to serving up the best hand-cut steaks, providing an all-you-can-eat salad bar, and cooking up delicious meals right here in your community. Whether you're spending time with family or just craving a great steak, we are here because the best places in life are local.
The Urban Real Estate Group has joined forces with WHIR Realtors Ford Brothers and is here to serve you for all your real estate needs with real estate offices now in 6 central and southeastern Kentucky locations. Whether you're looking to sell or buy a home, farm, or commercial property, remember WHIR Realtors Ford Brothers. WHIR Realtors Ford Brothers, give us a call at 859-792-2611. WHIR Realtors Ford Brothers. WHIR works.
Time out for sports this weekend with
VSiN Sports Shows
on WHIR AM 1230.
Oh, running on 47 in the morning, 57 degrees. Boyle County Schools Wednesday. I was thinking last month in February we talked with Jenna Blair from Perryville Elementary, and they were like in the middle of an NTI day. Like that was an actual NTI day that day. And Jenna called in and was like trying to, she like said she pops in on the screen when the teachers are teaching and stuff. So she was trying to balance that, not being at school, an NTI day. A little bit different weather for you today, Brian. It's not a winter weather advisory today, but it is a wind advisory. That we get to deal with 40-mile-per-hour wind gust, but 11 the warmer weather that we get, and spring weather, which means baseball season, and the Boyle County Middle School Eagles baseball team got a win yesterday, a walk-off hit or a game-winning hit, and Brian, Eagles baseball rolling early on this season, got a win yesterday.
Yeah, they're off to a good start. They the McCreary Central, I think, came to town, and McCreary Central made a late comeback, but our kids came back strong, and we got a late inning heroic hit, I think, by Perry. So
yes, good stuff. So way to go to the middle school baseball Eagles, and a big win yesterday. Got some other stuff going on as well at Boyle County Middle School. We talked about the Soaring for New Heights initiative, but you also have the Students of the Month that were announced last week, and I see these yard signs occasionally. They each get yard signs. I can imagine the students maybe kind of halfway embarrassed to have it in their yard, but the parents, no, watch this. I'm putting this up at the street sign in the corner so everybody sees that you're the Student of the Month. They get yard signs for this. But how does a student become the Student of the Month, Brian?
Yeah, Students of the Month are chosen by our teachers in each grade, and our students are just working really hard, do what they're supposed to be doing every day, and just want to recognize those folks through our teachers. And I love seeing the yard signs. I love driving through the county, and I'll see a yard sign. I'm like, man, that makes me feel really good that we've got a kid, meeting expectations. And now they're showing it off with the yard sign.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Yeah.
So is that, you said they're nominated by teachers?
Teachers nominated by teachers, yeah. And we do, I think, 4 a month per grade level. So just recognizing students who are doing great things.
I love it. Good stuff. You also have some kind of new classes that you will offer, or interesting classes, including we may have some future Hometown Radio Network broadcasters in the making. You got a media class that you offer there at the middle school.
That's one of our favorite classes. We have a media class taught by Laura Mason, and they actually produce something called Eagle Eye News. Weekly, and they try to get it out weekly, but they go around, they interview students and try to touch on important things for our students in our building and in our world. We also have an agriculture class. We love our ag class, and students can sign up to take that. Have computer science for 8th graders, kids learning to code. We think that's big for our students and important for our students. And then we also have a Kentucky Youth Assembly CUNA class, Kentucky United Nations, which Amanda Underwood teaches that class. And she and Mary Rush just brought a group back from the state competition, and our students performed very well at that CUNA assembly.
So what is the Kentucky United Nations Assembly? What do the students do in that?
Yeah, so you go and you represent a country, and you make resolutions, you create resolutions that will make the world better, and then all those the folks that are there represent other countries, and they vote on resolutions and pass resolutions, and it's a way to kind of look at the world from a broader perspective and try to come up with things that can make our world a better place.
So each class represents a different nation, or does each student represent a different nation?
There would be a small group. So I think we took about 8, 9, 10 kids, and they would have 2 to 3 countries that they represent. So
interesting stuff. So again, problem solving, thinking outside of the typical classroom setting, so to say, or the paperwork, or the sitting in front of a whiteboard or chalkboard. I guess they have chalkboards anymore, do they, Brian?
No, I haven't seen a chalkboard in a while.
It's been a long time. But getting students to think outside the box, so to say, and real-world solutions for some of these problems.
Yeah, those are those vibrant learning opportunities that we're going to talk a lot about in the coming years in education.
Is that the new term?
That's the new term, vibrant learning.
Vibrant learning.
Right.
So we're hearing that a lot.
Yeah.
Brian Wheeler, Boyle County Middle School principal. I mean, it seems like the opportunities are endless, Brian, for students and what path that they want to pursue. And, we've talked with David Christopher with the high school before, and, they have so many classes at the high school level as well, but it starts kind of at the middle school level, right? And getting students to know exactly what interests them, what sparks that love, what sparks the creativity based on what they love. And then as they get into high school, right, you are preparing them for the next level, which is high school, preparing them for that next step and saying, you know what, I really enjoyed this in middle school. Maybe there's something along that track in high school. And then, again, who knows, maybe you do have future broadcasters or future engineers or future, I know the high school has auto mechanic certificates and all that, but finding that niche for what the student loves and enjoys.
Yeah, we do want to offer a lot of opportunities for our kids to really explore their interests through our Arts Academy, through the classes that we offer, our media class. If you love agriculture, go sit in ag and see if that's something that you want to be involved in. Do you love coding? And we have students who love computer science and they love coding. So finding something that you really like so that you can explore that at the high school, I think is very, very important. I think it's important for us to offer opportunities that the high school also has so that you can see where you fall. You can see the things that you're interested in.
I was talking with someone, Brian, yesterday about Boyle County schools and how impressed I was essentially with the responsibility that Boyle County Schools not just puts on the teachers, but also the guardians and parents at home to say, hey, look, you all are the ones at home with your kids, your children most of the day. So some of their success falls on the home front too, right? Like you've got to be helping them out at home. I know in Jack's school, it's 15, 20 minutes of reading every single night and 5 nights a week. They expect that. That helps the student grow. How do you all involve the parents at the middle school?
Yeah, you've got to be, it's got to be a partnership. We've got to work together. We've got to help our kids. We need help at home, and we'll do our best during the day with what we get. But the more that we work together as a partnership, our students come home, they have homework. We want our parents to be involved and know what is expected of the students. What we do is we have something called Infinite Campus. We hope that our parents are looking at Infinite Campus, talking to your kids about assignments that they see and how they're doing on tests, and they're studying for tests. But it's all about a partnership, and as much as you can get involved in your students' education, it just makes them a better student and makes their educational experience better.
I can't wait for Jack to get in middle school and to come home and say, Dad, can you help me with my math homework? Because I remember being in middle school and coming home with math and asking my mom and dad, and they're like, son, I have no idea what this, I can't remember. I was like, what do you mean you don't know? You were in middle school at one point. Yeah, but it's been like 40 years. So I can't wait for that to be the answer. How many parents you think are looking at their children's math homework and saying, honey, I love you, I wish I could help, but I am lost right now looking at these letters.
I'm sure, yeah, and you've heard this before. That's not the way we did it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to help, and it's like, hey, that's not what the teacher said. Well, this is how I know how to do it. So, because I have a 5th grader, and I'm trying to do those same math problems. But yeah, it seems like the math is getting pushed down. The math that we did in high school might be creeping into middle school. So I'm really having to pull on some old math lessons from my high school days.
Brian, you're the principal at the middle school. What, in terms of like the bar, what type of bar do you think has been set at the middle school, and what do you expect from the teachers? And again, going back to the conversation I had with someone yesterday, the excellence that's expected at every single school at Boyle County, be it Junction, Perryville, Woodlawn, the middle or the high school. There is an excellence meter that's been set where you all want to meet this bar. Tell us about that.
Yeah, there's a high expectation for every part of our school system, and so our elementary schools are so good. We get such a good product from 5th grade to 6th grade that it's our job to take that and continue to mold that. And then when our kids get to high school, their ACT scores are so good and so competitive in the state that that expectation is there. So we're largely largely measured by the KSA, the Kentucky Summative Assessment, which comes up at the end of the school year. So we've done traditionally very well on that. We've been a green school. Our goal is to be a blue school. That's the top level of schools in the state. So we continue to work on that and focus on that and find ways to try to refine what we're doing so that we can support students and get to that blue level.
How do you gauge success as well, maybe even beyond test scores? And the test scores are great, right? You want the high test scores, but you also want the kids to feel like they're loved and cared for, right? There's the mental aspect, the emotional aspect of it too. So how do you, how do you gauge success in that regard?
Yeah, that's a little bit more difficult, especially with middle school students, because our emotions and everything are so all over the place. But we do a lot of check-ins with our students. We do minute meetings to our counseling department. Joe DeWeese and Karen Ganahan do an awesome job. They meet one-on-one with every student, and we check for connectedness. That's a big thing for students. You got to feel connected to somebody at school, like you can talk to anybody. And if we find students that we're worried about not having a connection, we try to really forge those through staff members or through our counseling department.
Again, the big dates coming up. April the 18th is when the fifth graders from the 3 Boyle County elementary schools, Woodlawn, Junction City, and Perryville, will come in to Boyle County Middle School and will take a tour of the school during the day. Students will help guide them on those tours during the day on April 18th. And then 6 days later, April the 24th, this is orientation for the students and the families as well. They want to check out Boyle County Middle School, see what's inside the building, what the school's about, where their kids we'll be going to lunch and going to class and all of that. April the 24th is that date for, I think I saw class of 2032.
I think that's it.
That right?
It doesn't seem possible.
That's insane. 2032 will be the high school graduating class of 6th graders coming into the middle school this upcoming fall. Brian, if people have any questions for you, maybe they have a middle school student that's in the school, they just have questions about their classes or things of that nature, what's the best way to get in touch with you all?
Feel free to reach out to us. A phone call is best. Our phone number is 859-236-4212, and you can ask for counselors. You can ask to speak with an administrator. You can ask to speak with me directly, and we'll talk to you and try to answer any question that you might have.
Brian Wheeler at Boyle County Middle School. He's the principal. It is every third Wednesday we talk with Boyle County schools and staff here on the Joe Show. And this Wednesday, Boyle County Middle School Wednesday. What a great job they're doing at the Boyle County Middle School. If you've never been in to the Boyle County Middle School and you see one of the performances coming up at the Performing Arts Center, get tickets to it. Go out and support the Performing Arts Center. Get a glimpse of how great the Boyle County Middle School Performing Arts Center auditorium is. It is first class, one of a kind. Brian, appreciate you being on.
Thank you, sir.
There's that sad music again. That means my time has come to an end. The Joe Show. Had a blast with you all on this Wednesday morning, and I hope it's been the start to your work day just a little bit more bearable. I'm Joe Mathis signing off. I'm back with you tomorrow morning, dark and early, on Danville's one-stop shop for local news, local events, and local voices. The Joe Show on AM 1230 and 103.9 FM. WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Until then, God bless. Have a great, fun, and safe Wednesday afternoon as Curtis McPeak's Home Sweet Home leads us home sweet home. Kentucky Sports Radio is coming up next.